broader swipe at Republicans.
Most worrisome having Marines standing behind him, in which he's engaging in political attacks on 74 million Americans who voted for Republicans in the last election. But then again, what would you expect Joe Biden to talk about? He can't run on his own record.
The president, though, insists his record is one of strength on the economy.
Employers added 315,000 jobs to the economy last month, even as the unemployment rate ticked up to 3.7%.
The great American jobs machine continues its comeback.
President Biden says wages are up and prices are continuing to fall. The number of jobs added last month does show a slowing hiring market expected by economists as a result of the Federal Reserve raising interest rates as a way to reduce decades-high inflation.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Meantime, the president preparing another emergency funding request, asking Congress for more than $22 billion in COVID relief, bracing for a possible fall surge. Also, nearly $12 billion more to help support Ukraine's fight against Russia and $2 billion to counter the impact of the war on U.S. energy prices. A triple-digit rally has just evaporated on Wall Street. The Dow's now down 23 points. America is listening to Fox News.
The Labor Day event from Dell Technologies is here. End the summer strong by starting up a new season of productivity. Your business upgrade begins with up to 48% off top-rated laptops, like Vostro, taking performance to the next level with 12th Gen Intel Core processors. It's time to push your growing business even further. What's next for you? Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-857-5656. That's 800-857-5656.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
More clouds and sun with the emphasis on the clouds, and there'll be some showers, a couple of thunderstorms from time to time. Temperatures low to mid 80s. Tonight, some showers and thunderstorms around, partly to mostly cloudy skies. 65 Saturday, partly sunny skies, couple of showers and thunderstorms. Focus on the afternoon. 83, much the same story Sunday and Monday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Mark Cox. It's a hard knock life. Brian Kilmeade.
Everyone's doing something that should have been happening a long time ago.
Annie Frey.
You know what happens immediately after midterm election day in November? Presidential election season begins.
Mark Reardon.
The media portrays this as something that's completely acceptable.
Dana Lesh.
I can't, man. It's one of them days.
Keeping you connected with news, entertainment, and information with perspective. It's all here. 97.1 FM Talk.
Stewart's American Mortgage, the bagel loan guy. When you are looking to refinance your home, or if you're looking to purchase a new home, you're going to need to make sure you have the best situation, the best setup for your mortgage. It's the biggest bill you're likely paying every month. Why not make sure that it is working to your advantage? How can you do that with the bagel loan? Well, when you use the bagel loan that you can only get at Stewart's American Mortgage, you're going to pay zero in fees that other lenders out there are going to charge you for. That means that you go get your refinance with Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage. You can Google the bagel loan to find out the extra details about it. When you go work with him, he's going to put you through the refinance. He's not going to charge you any fees that other folks out there are going to charge you. He doesn't roll them into the loan. He doesn't tuck them away and hide them and sleight of hand. They're not there. It's really that simple. Reach out to Stewie and ask him how he can help improve your situation today. Maybe it's a lower rate. Maybe it's a cash out refinance to improve your home or pay down some high interest credit card debt. 314-324-4440. Google the bagel loan. NMLS number 226715.
Making your money go further is more important than ever. So Diamonds Direct's bringing back our most popular offer of the year. 5 years, zero interest financing on any purchase. Now for a limited time, you get the amazing value Diamonds Direct is known for, and you can spread your payments over 5 years. Zero down, zero interest. A $6,000 diamond ring is just $100 a month. Don't miss this extraordinary offer going on now. 5 years, zero interest financing on anything and everything at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Details at diamondsdirect.com on approved credit.
Come to the enchanted attic. Come to the enchanted attic.
Come to the enchanted attic.
Diane, what are you doing?
I'm chanting. Come to the enchanted attic.
But why do you keep saying come to the enchanted attic?
Duh, because it works like magic. Tony, every time I say come to the enchanted attic, people show up at our store.
Well, you can keep chanting if you want to, but I know why people shop at our store.
And I know what you're going to say. It's those healing gemstone mugs you picked out.
Yes.
And our large crystal and stone collection that you picked out.
Yes.
But what about our unique silver and gemstone jewelry?
That you picked out?
Yeah.
Well, it is pretty amazing.
So come to the Enchanted Attic, 304 South Main Street in historic St. Charles, 636-949-9502. Free gift with every purchase. We love this store.
Would you like a cleaning product that can be used in the garage, the laundry, and the kitchen, and save space in your cabinet? Hi, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. To learn more, visit us at simplegreen.com.
Pop Hooray is bringing their gourmet popcorn to St. Charles, celebrating their new location opening tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the Bass Pro Shop Plaza. Join them for discounts and giveaways and a free bag of popcorn for the first 50 customers. Opens tomorrow in St. Charles. More flavor, more fun, endless possibilities.
Odyssey.com is a universe of audio, and it's where you can download the app to stream 97.1 FM Talk. The Odyssey app. Download it today and stream anytime from anywhere.
Where St. Louis comes to talk.
97.1 FM Talk.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what you're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong. I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
As I stand here tonight, equality and democracy are under assault. We do ourselves no favor to pretend otherwise. So tonight, I've come to this place where it all began to speak as plainly as I can to the nation about the threats we face, about the power we have in our own hands to meet these threats, and about the incredible future that lies in front of us if only we choose it.
I don't know about you. First of all, I forgot that speech was taking place last night. And then I'm sitting there in my living room and I pop open Twitter and I start to see the pictures of President Biden's speech in front of Independence Hall in Pennsylvania last night, and my jaw dropped, and I said to myself, I have to watch this. Welcome to the Annie Frey Show. Happy Friday. The whole day is not going to be about this Biden speech, but I got to get a little bit off my chest. We're going to regroup at 1:05 with the crew and let them talk about this just a little bit, but we're going to have a lot of Friday fun today. Dan McLaughlin's going to be on in about 20 minutes from now, less 15 minutes from now, and we're going to talk a little bit about the month of September for Cardinals baseball and hopefully a little bit into the month of October. The whole month of October, maybe. Some Cardinals baseball with baseball broadcaster with Bally Sports, Dan McLaughlin. But I want to get to this first, and I want to talk about this because I have to say, in the time that I've been covering news and politics, I've never seen anything like I saw last night. Paying attention to what Joe Biden decided to do, the spectacle that they decided that this should look this way, that the process of addressing the American people in prime time, they wanted it to look the way it looked last night. That's pretty mind-blowing to me. Pretty crazy to think that last night's message to the American people was worthy of a primetime presidential address. Now, if you didn't hear it, or if you haven't been paying attention to the coverage of it since last night, I'm going to walk you through a little bit of what was said. Of course, we know, and we've covered this before, but the inauguration speech that President Biden gave was all about unity. It was his message to the American people that the adults are back in charge, that the people in this country need to come together and they need to unite. That was the same message that they gave last night. But we have a little more information today than we had about his message in January of 2021 and his idea of what he actually meant when he talked about unity.
But first, we must be honest with each other and with ourselves. Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Now, I want to be very clear up front. Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology. I know, because I've been able to work with these mainstream Republicans.
President Biden made it clear last night what he has meant this whole time. This is not new. What he has meant this whole time about unity. He selected a group of people to be targeted in our country, American individuals to be targeted as the opposition to whom he wants to unify. He wants to unify against Republicans. Now, I don't know a Democrat who sits there and lets the opposition, the Republicans, call some people good Democrats and some people bad Democrats. I don't know any Democrats out there who play the political game where the president of the United States, who's a Democrat, or in that case would be a Republican, would be able to say, well, some Democrats are good, but most Democrats are bad. And we need to unite together against the bad Democrats. The Republicans aren't going to sit there and go, or the Democrats wouldn't sit there and go, well, you know, the GOP is saying that some of us are good and some of us are bad. That's nice of them. You know, glass half full, semi-fascist. That means you're half not fascist or something like that. President Biden has taken it upon himself, along with the support of Nancy Pelosi and other high-profile Democrats in nationally elected politics, has taken it upon himself to split the Republican Party. And I'm telling you, folks, it's not down the middle. It's the line is drawn just to the right of Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. We already know this. There are approved Republicans in the minds of Joe Biden, the minds of Nancy Pelosi, and folks like them. They look like Liz Cheney. They look like Adam Kinzinger. They probably resemble Mitt Romney, and they are palatable to Democrats. Well, folks, guess what? The Democrats don't get to define who is a good and who is a bad Republican. They just don't get to do that. You can't allow them to go through this process. But the idea here, we got to go back to that word of unity, because it's been what I've talked about this multiple days this week. This is like the third installment in this conversation. The idea that in the election in 2020, there was a good guy and there was a bad guy persists. And they're going back to that well to remind you that when you vote again in November, just a few short days from today, 67 of them, I might add, when you vote in 67 days in the midterm, that it's still good versus bad. It's still good versus evil. And they need to make sure that you remember not so much, like, don't pay so much attention to good, because it's all relative in politics, isn't it? You need to remember who the good guys are, and you definitely need to remember who the bad guy is. The Democratic Party, the mission behind the people who are running the party, I'm not talking about Democrats who are out there, I'm talking about people who run the party, is to make sure that every question starts and ends with Donald Trump. Meanwhile, Republicans, Democrats, and everybody in between are living an American lifestyle and existence that feels a little less free than it has before, and a little less micromanaged by their federal government, which is basically the antithesis of what America was founded to be. We're not talking about policies last night. You have a president of the United States on the taxpayer dime going to Independence Hall and giving a campaign speech that is, in essence, Republicans evil, Democrats good, vote, 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 Democrat in November. Here's more.
But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country. These are hard things, but I'm an American president, not a president of red America, blue America, but of all America. And I believe it's my duty to level with you, to tell the truth, no matter how difficult, no matter how painful.
No matter how difficult and how painful, do you know what that means? He says he believes it's his duty to level with you. He's going to give you the truth, folks, and it's going to hurt. You're not going to like what he has to say, but folks, it's the president of the United States' responsibility to explain that the man who's telling you he wants to be and is the president of the left and the right, you need to understand that these people who he's identifying are not included in the left and the right. When he's talking about unifying Democrats and Republicans, he's talking about unifying Republicans that he approves of. There's a handful of them with the Democrats. And it's very important that you understand the actual threat that the evil people in this equation bring to this country and bring to the Constitution.
MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people. They refuse to accept the results of a free election. And they're working right now, as I speak, in state after state, to give power to decide elections in America to partisans and cronies, empowering election deniers to undermine democracy itself. MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love. They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence that are a threat to our personal rights, to the pursuit of justice, to the rule of law, to the very soul of this country.
President Biden is the one who gets to determine all those things? Because from what I understand, standing there in Independence Hall, I've been to Independence Hall. I've stood in the room where the Declaration of Independence was, where all of this was put together, where the idea of this country was born. I've been in that room. It's a powerful room to stand in. And when we listen to our leader, this is very important, folks, because I'm going to say something here that I'm going to use President Biden's words, that I need to speak the truth here. I need to say things that are true, even though it might be hard. And even though when I say this, it's going to potentially be interpreted not the way I intend. So I'll try to speak as plainly and clearly as I can. So hear me for what I'm saying. The idea of America is not the idea of kindness. The idea of America is an idea of freedom. America was born out of a tyrannical relationship between the people who ruled the people who weren't free. And the people who wanted to be free and were willing to die for it said, we're not going to do it this way anymore. We will be a free people and we will die for that principle. Democracy, a republic, if you can keep it, which when Ben Franklin said that, if I'm not wrong, was actually said in Independence Hall in Pennsylvania. If you think about the country that we have right here, the ideas, the emotions that this president and the people who are pulling the strings on this administration, the ideas and the emotions that they are trying to inject into the conversation about what America is, that's not what America is. The idea of America is actually a very, very simple one. The idea of America is you. It is not the president of the United States with an upward angle camera pointed at him with the military, Marines, suited Marines standing in the background behind him with big red beams shining up on Independence Hall. That's not what America was. It is not what America is, but it is what America could be. We need to understand that all of the things that politicians are trying to make you feel when you're listening to them talk about the state of the nation, they're saying we need to have a country that is one of kindness and arms wide open and talking about the way we treat one another and saying that the aggressive nature of divisiveness that's in our country and the cans and the can'ts and the haves and the have-nots, that all of this is something that isn't American. Folks, the division is created by them. They create the division and then they profit off of it. They have printed the currency and then they tax it from you and then they spend it to get your vote back. It is a scam. And the president of the United States, I do not know how invested he is in driving this or if he is a willing contributor or a willing messenger. I don't know. But what I do understand is that the man who will go stand there in front of his country in a primetime address and tell the country that 50% of the people there need to be united against is not a man who loves freedom. It's a man who loves power. It is a man who's speaking on behalf of people who are drunk on power and scared to lose it. It has never been more important than now for you to look at who your options are. And I will not tell you to blankly go out and just vote Republican. Know who you're voting for and know what they stand for, because at the bottom of every policy, of every position that these individuals have, needs to be somebody who loves the fact that you, as an American individual, are on top of the power structure. And that when they go to Washington, D.C., they serve you. That's American. That's the distinction that our founding fathers were willing to die to create and protect. This, in the Oval Office, I've never seen anything like it before. And many of you listening have lived a few years longer than I have. I'd love to know if you've seen anything like that before in your lifetime. It is something to behold. We're going to talk more about this at 1:05 when we get Brad and Ryan and Hannah in the discussion here, and just, listen to a couple more clips and get those thoughts. And we're watching your comments as well. And I want to make sure that you understand Friday, we love Fridays here on the Annie Frey Show. We're going to have a good time, but we're going to talk about this because I really do think it's something to behold. I've never seen anything like it. When we come back, we're going to talk about something good in St. Louis right now. We're going to talk with Dan McLaughlin about the St. Louis Cardinals and what's September going to look like for them. Stick around.
In the first inning, and a single to right, 2 for 2, and the first pitch is hammered out to deep left. Welcome back, Nolan. Home run, Nolan Arenado out to deep left field. Cuts the lead to 5-4. His 27th home run of the year. He's driven in 84, and he's a triple away from the cycle.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show. 97.1, your continuing home of free speech in St. Louis.
It's free and fair.
97.1 FM Talk.
Keep it locked in right here.
The place for discussion. The place for ideas.
I've got my calendar marked down for tonight, Midwest Wing Fest. I am going to be there. Are you? I hope so. Go get your VIP tickets. There's still time at MidwestWingFest.com. You can come join me in Fairview Heights, Illinois. I'll be in the VIP tent, and I hope that you will as well. $45 gets you your drinks, gets you your wings, and folks, a great view of the stage and everything that is going to be going on tonight. It starts tonight at 5 p.m., goes till midnight tomorrow. You can get a VIP ticket, noon to midnight. And while we're in that VIP tent, remember, every dollar that we're raising tonight, every single one goes to help local Gold Star families. I couldn't be more proud to be involved in this, and I hope that you'll join me. And listen, if you can't join me, please donate. Please consider throwing $10 the way of Midwest Wing Fest to make sure that we get to really, really support those local Gold Star families. All the information is online. You can volunteer. You can buy your tickets. Come bring the family out. It's going to be a great time. MidwestWingFest.com.
Hi, I'm Mandy Moore. We can do great things when we stand together. With support from American Airlines, Stand Up to Cancer is closer than ever before to achieving its mission to make every cancer patient into a long-term survivor. Through this incredible collaboration, we are pushing cancer research to new heights. Doctors and scientists, team members, patients and their families all working and standing up to move progress forward. The fight against cancer never stops. Thankfully, new and promising treatments can help save lives now.
Flight attendants prepare for takeoff.
So get on board and join this mission. To learn more about how you can support this groundbreaking effort and get Advantage Miles, go to standuptocancer.org/American Airlines.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Get ready to go crazy right here.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
Kind of guy, or if I try to build a fire, I'll burn the woods. I ain't a mover or shaker, can't keep up with the pacer. Never met a dance floor that ever did me any good. Oh, I can't change the world, no, I can't change a flag. You can give me your hot girl, well, you may never get it back. You said you'd never smile again, but I don't know, here it comes, would you look at that? I finally found something I'm good.
Well, happy Friday. Thanks for being with us here on the Annie Frey Show. I'm going to talk about the YouTube live chat poll. Go to the YouTube, Annie Frey YouTube channel, and check it out. I'll talk to you about it in a minute here. And give us a vote. It's another opportunity to vote for one of the cast members for your fave. We were talking about the president's speech from last night. We're going to circle back to that with the whole crew at 105. But I wanted to shift and talk about something that I feel like we should all be able to get around. Yes. How about the St. Louis Cardinals? One of the most fun teams that I can remember watching here in recent history. And who better to talk to than Dan McLaughlin, baseball broadcaster for the St. Louis Cardinals on Bally Sports. You've heard him a little bit on the radio as well on KMOX during some games. Dan, thank you so much for the time today. It's great to talk to you.
You too. Thanks for having me.
Of course. You know, it's fun to watch a Cardinals team that, regardless of what the score is in the seventh inning, you feel like you have a shot. And we've had some teams here lately that you kind of feel like by the seventh inning, you know how it's going to go. This team seems to figure out ways to win games in kind of an exciting fashion.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, I think they become must-see TV. I know the ratings have been skyrocketing on both radio and TV because, as you mentioned, I mean, people really want to see what's happening and listen to what's going on. And I think Albert has obviously meant a lot to that because you could be getting blown out in the seventh inning and they haven't been, but you could be. And all of a sudden you're saying, well, is Albert still in the game? I want to make sure and catch one of those home runs. And I remember doing games in the 98-99 season with McGuire, and that's how it was too. He was must-see TV. You never wanted to miss the chance to check out a big moment coming up. And so I look at it, Annie, it's to further your point about being such an exciting team. It's number one, winning is always going to bring people to the ballpark, and that's the best sales force you can possibly have is to have teams that are winning and teams that are exciting. But there's 5 potential Hall of Famers on this team. Albert's a lock. I think Yadi's headed to the Hall of Fame, and then you got 3 guys knocking on the door in Adam Wainwright, and then Goldie is an MVP this year. He's putting together a Hall of Fame resume, and Nolan Arenado is doing the same and has a chance to get his 10th Gold Glove and is pushing Goldie and is probably second in the running for the MVP. So it's a really fun team to watch. They're going to get healthier with Jack Flaherty coming back, and it's a lot of fun to be a Cardinal fan right now, and it'll continue tonight. I'm sure this weekend place will be buzzing with the Cubs in town, and this team plays well at home. The 20 games above the 500 mark. And so it's an exciting time to be a Cardinal fan.
We're speaking with Dan McLaughlin. He is the broadcaster for the St. Louis Cardinals and Bally Sports. You hear him every once in a while on KMOX calling the games when those national televised games are taking place. And also I want to direct your attention, folks, to Scoops with Danny Mac. If you're not listening to this podcast, this thing that you put together, the slice of life that you get from a game that so many people here love in St. Louis. I mean, there's sports talk radio out there if people want to talk, the statistics and everything. But there are so many good stories, like you're pointing out, on this Cardinals team this year. How does this year compare to the many years that you've been blessed to be in the booth calling Cardinals baseball?
Good way to put it. I've been blessed to do this. It's been great. I would say this has the feel of the early 2000s, and that was the best stretch of baseball, and I say early to mid 2000s till probably 05. Now the 06 team won the World Series, but they were not the best team. Those teams that they had in 2 and 4 and 5 were just awesome teams. The 04 team was an incredible team, and I'm starting to get the feel of that team. When they added Larry Walker at the end of that team, at the end of that season for that team, it was so much fun to watch. And they never had a guy miss a turn in a rotation. Their bullpen was sensational. You had Albert moving into the prime of his career. You're talking about Jimmy Edmonds being in the prime of his career. Scott Rowland was in the prime of his career. I mean, it was just an awesome, awesome team to watch. And so this kind of has that feeling. And I like what you said earlier when you said, you don't feel like any team is out of it right now. Or any game is out for this team. And I agree with that. I felt like that with the 04 team. It felt like every time they went to the ballpark, they were going to win. And that's the kind of feeling I have here in 22. Haven't had that feeling in a long time. I had, feelings that, hey, this is a good team. Like I thought at the end of last season, that was fun. That was must-see TV too, when you had 17-game winning streak and you got into the playoffs. But it didn't have the full feel of what this is starting to develop into in 2022. And so I guess to answer your question, it would have to be the early 2000s to probably up until that 05 squad. And man, they were fun to watch.
They sure were. When I can't sleep and I'm trying to bore myself, I try to go through the 2004 lineup and try to remember. Tony Womack always gets me, but it's fun to go through those guys and think about, wow, what a team. We're speaking with Dan McLaughlin right now. Of course, you know him as the St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster. Let
me see if I got that lineup. Hold on. Let me see.
I was going to say, can you do it?
Me think. So I got Matheny, Molina at the plate.
Mm-hmm.
I got Albert at first. I got Womack at second. I got Renteria at short.
Mm-hmm.
I got Scott Rowland at third. I got Reggie Sanders in left. I got Jimmy in right at center. And Larry Walker in right.
You got it.
Right?
Yep, you got it.
Good.
Yeah,
I haven't forgotten yet.
It's a fun one to go through. And like I said, there's Reggie Sanders and Tony Womack, and then you think, wow, they were fantastic that year too. It was quite a thing to see. And that was kind of the start of what we got to see as quite the bromance that established and grew here in St. Louis between Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina. And this season, that's obviously been front and center stage for Cardinals fans to just reminisce about what has been and still see what continues to be, specifically with Albert Pujols' pursuit of 700 home runs. But I'm wondering, because I have the inkling of it. Are we seeing potentially the next relationship between our corners on the infield, between Arenado and Goldschmidt, because they seem to have a liking for one another, and they just seem to be fierce competitors, much in the same way that I kind of feel like Pujols and Molina were coming up in the St. Louis Cardinals.
100%. Now, Goldie does it in a different way, where I don't think fans see the fun side of him because he's so businesslike when he's out there for everybody to take in. But he's a fun guy, and he's a great guy to talk to. Just don't talk to him about him. If you want to talk to him about Arenado, he'll sit down for an hour and give you everything you'd possibly want. He just does not like to talk about himself. But he's the MVP right now of the National League, and Arenado might be the most competitive dude I've ever been around in sports. He just wants to win, and he takes every pitch, every at-bat, every ground ball as if it's the last that he's ever going to see, which I love. And one of the things that you had in the 2000 teams is you had an edge. Tony La Russa was a guy that had an edge. People didn't like him. People didn't like Dave Duncan. People didn't like the Cardinals outside of St. Louis because they won, and they won all the time. And then they just not only win, but they'd step on your throat to do it. And so, and I mean that in the nicest way, obviously.
In a totally Midwestern nice kind of way. Absolutely.
That's right. And I think this team has got a little bit of that too. They have that edge of, hey, let's not only win, let's try to dominate. Let's go. We're a good team and we need to show it. And I think if you have those kind of guys around you that have that edge, it's a good thing. And they've got that right now. And so this final month, they have a chance to bury the Brewers, and their schedule lends itself to doing that, starting tonight with the Cubs, that they're not playing very good baseball and haven't played, generally speaking, much of the year, very good baseball. And you've got a Washington team that's been gutted. You've got Pittsburgh still. You've got 2 series left with the Pirates, so 3 here, and then 6 games left with them. Actually, it might even be more than that when I think about it. It might be almost 10. So, you should be able to separate yourself and win this division. But it's just a fun time to be a Cardinal fan. I mean, going back to what you were talking about, I never thought we'd see Albert hit the 700 when they signed him. I thought there'd be some really special moments, and there have been some incredible moments, more than I thought. But I didn't think there'd be the chance to get to 700. Well, you're going to have that. You're going to have Yachty and Waino set the all-time record as battery mates. You're going to have a game on Saturday in which, if you're thinking about coming to the ballpark, and I keep saying this, you have a young kid, a young daughter, a young son, take them down to the ballpark. They may not know what's going on, but later in life they can say, I was there. My parents took me to see Adam Wainwright throw to Yachty or Molina, and the Cubs are starting a lefty, so Albert was in the lineup, and I got a chance to see him. It's just remarkable. He's the MVP at first base. So, and there's a couple of young guys that should get a run for Rookie of the Year. I don't think they're going to win it, but they should be at least talked about, which is Brendan Donovan and Andre Palante. They've been great. So there's this mixture of the youth and the veterans that are all coming together, and it's made it a lot of fun to watch, no doubt.
Yeah, it is. It's the bright spot in my day. I mean, to be able to talk about Cardinals baseball and to be able to have that to sit down and watch at night as opposed to the rest of the stuff going on in the world. You were able to move through the baseball seasons when the whole world was dealing with COVID. You were dealing with it with baseball, and it just feels like it's back. For at least here in St. Louis, it feels like it used to. I was sitting in a Cardinals game a few weeks ago, and I just looked around and I thought, it took me probably 5-6 innings to even consider the fact that just a few years ago, there was nobody even in the stands. In your experience of being in the ballpark, of being around the clubs, is it feel pre-COVID back to normal?
Certainly here in St. Louis, yes. I'd say generally speaking, it does. I mean, Annie, I remember when the Cardinals asked me to go down and do the inter-squad game, and they were in summer camp, and they put me down. I think I may have told you the story, but I mean, I sat in the booth with a microphone and like 2 monitors, and we put it up online, and we had 80 to 90,000 people online watching an inter-squad game because we didn't have anything. Everything was shut down. Yeah. And I remember I got off on the elevator when I got down to the ballpark, and I walked into one of the main concourses, and there were batting cages set up where you're getting your hot dog, your beer, your soda, your popcorn, your Cracker Jack. There were batting cages set up because they had to separate guys. And I do think about that sometimes, even this year. And I before every game, I stand in the booth and I look out over the crowd right before the anthem, and I always go, man, I'm really blessed to do this. Like, this is all I ever wanted to do. I didn't want to play Major League Baseball. Certainly wasn't good enough to do it anyway, but I always wanted to just be the announcer for some team, and I'm doing it for my hometown team. And I think about like what it was like having cutouts in the crowd, and just it was awful. And
surreal.
It was just surreal. And now to have the energy back, and that's the other thing. It's not only the people back, but it's the energy in the ballpark. And when you go down there, you really do feel it. And it feels back to where it was, for me at least, pre-COVID, of feeling the energy of the crowd and people having a good time and enjoying themselves, which is what we should be doing. This is entertainment. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be a diversion of everyday life. It's not life or death. And I think that we are getting back to that. I've seen that on the road with certain places. And there's certain things that we have to do that remind you of what is going on in the world. Like, there's certain things where you have to go in with a mask and various rules and whatnot. But, generally speaking, it does feel like we're back to normal, and it's great to see the numbers that we're getting in St. Louis on both radio and TV, and the amount of people that are coming. I mean, I could tell you, the Cardinals had budgeted probably about 2.8 million fans this year. And for most teams in a normal pre-COVID year, that's huge. For us, that's not. We always draw at least 3 million. Good, bad, and different. It just seems like we get there. And now we're going to go from 2.8, and it looks like we're going to get, maybe 3.2 to 3.3. Who knows? Maybe 3.4 with these. I mean, it's crazy the amount of people that are coming out, which is great, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And it's a special place to watch a game. So it's wonderful, and I'm just so happy that we're getting back to the way it should be, and I think we're there.
I'm so grateful for your time with us today, because I do think that these stories that we're talking about right now are important stories to discuss. Baseball might not be everybody's thing, but in St. Louis, it's close to everybody's thing. And there are just so many positive stories with this team. We're in the month of September. Do you hope? I'm sure you hope, but do you expect this Cardinals team to make a pretty big play in October?
I do. I mean, I think especially if they get home field advantage, which if it ended right now, there'd be a 3-game series that they'd have to play in. So the first 2 teams in the National League with the best records of the division winners, they basically don't have to play that first series. The Cardinals would, but that team gets home field advantage. And I think when you look at this team and how they play at home, they definitely have a chance to win any of those games. I don't care who they're playing. It doesn't matter. They have a great chance to win. And I think what's going to be really, really important is getting Jack Flaherty back and seeing where he's at, because not to get too technical here, but the Cardinals really don't have a swing and miss staff. There's just not a lot of bats that they miss. And so in postseason play, it's incumbent to have someone that can be that stopper. And not to say they don't have that. It's just a guy that can miss bats. And if he's right, which by all accounts we're told that he is healthy, he's that guy. So you get him back. They've figured out some things with their bullpen. That's certainly going to help. And it's kind of just, that Cardinals devil magic, man. They find a way. And it seems like we're starting to get that here in 2022. So I do. I think they can make a really good run. I do think right now you can make a case that the best 4 teams in baseball are in the National League. And I would put the Cardinals in that conversation. So once you get there, as we've seen in 11 and in 6, anything can happen, but I can't wait to find out, and I think we're going to find out.
Well, the sound of your voice in a Cardinals baseball game, whether it's in the afternoon or the evening, in our home is always a welcome sound, and we can't wait. September is going to be great. October is going to be great as well. Dan McLaughlin, we appreciate your time so much. Thanks for being here with us today.
Well, I know you have a lot of kids, and so do I. So if you need them to take a nap or put them down to sleep, just let them listen to my games. It'll be all good.
I'll tell you what, my 12-year-old begging the other night to stay up for 13 innings to watch him play. And we said, as long as you get up in the morning and don't cause trouble, you can stay up.
Go.
And he was glad he did.
A lot of moms and dads are doing that, I guarantee it.
Dan, we'll talk to you again soon. Thank you so much for your time.
You got it. Have a great weekend.
You as well. Bye-bye. Baseball broadcaster for the St. Louis Cardinals on Bally Sports TV. And you hear him from time to time on those KMOX radio broadcasts as well. If it's a nationally televised game, he's popping over there. Always great to hear his voice, and we always appreciate his time. Go check out that website, scoopswithdannymac.com, and you'll have, there's a lot of stuff there that you're going to enjoy. It's going to pass the time. Not during this show, though. We want you right here. Danny Mac with us right there. Ryan Wiggins in the studio with us when we come back. Don't go away.
Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Andy.
Spin me around, spend all my money on you all over this town. I can't change the world, no, I can't change a flag.
The Mark Cox Morning Show.
Former Senator Jim Talent.
What has happened to the Department of Justice, because, they have a rule, which is they're not supposed to discuss information about cases that they are investigating.
Weekday mornings 5 to 9.
If you are thinking about losing weight, if you've been challenged in the area of losing weight, have you tried Slim 180? I have, and I stand by it. It has helped me in a great, great way lose weight. And I'm telling you what, really fast. It works. It's that simple. People come up to me in my life, like in the real world, when I see people I know and they ask me about Slim 180 and they say to me, Annie, does it really work? And I say, yes, I say it on the air that it works. It really works. I've used it myself, 22 pounds lost in less than a month. And I want you to possibly consider doing this for yourself as well. Go to Slim 180, make a free consultation appointment, and learn about it and make the decision for yourself. But if you're looking to lose a little bit of weight or a ton of weight, you can do it with Slim 180. And there are great ways, great opportunities right now for you to save as well. They have multiple locations across the St. Louis area. But if you're looking to lose weight, don't put it off any longer. Go make an appointment today. MySlim180.com.
Attention veterans, if you were stationed at Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you and your family may be victims of toxic water poisoning. You could be awarded financial compensation for your suffering. Cancers, birth defects, deadly illnesses have all been linked to the contaminated water. Congress is now holding the government accountable, but you must act now. Get your free case review. Call True Law at 877-560-8555, 877-560-8555, or visit sickvets.com. That's sickvets.com.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, you want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Pop Hooray is bringing their gourmet popcorn to St. Charles, celebrating their new location opening tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the Bass Pro Shop Plaza. Join them for discounts and giveaways and a free bag of popcorn for the first 50 customers. Opens tomorrow in St. Charles. More flavor, more fun, endless possibilities.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. In addition to heating and cooling, Air Comfort Service also offers indoor air quality, water heater, and AeroSeal duct sealing services. Get in your comfort zone with aircomfortservice.com.
Back in the car and back on the road. We're with you. Dependable traffic with Sue Thomas. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
You keep saying you got something for me. Something you call love, but confess.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Great conversation there. We just got done wrapped up with Dan McLaughlin, who is the broadcaster for the St. Louis Cardinals. If you're on the Odyssey app, you can rewind it to about 12:25 and pick up right where you might have left off or join us there. Good conversation about some of the great stories taking place with the St. Louis Cardinals here as we enter into September. But now let's get to
Wiggins. Wiggins America is sponsored by Midwest Wingfest in Fairview Heights Labor Day weekend.
MidwestWingfest.com. Get your VIP tickets. Buy your tickets for tonight. For tomorrow night, we'll be there from 6 to 8 p.m. and would love to see you. If you can't come and you want to make a donation to support Gold Star families locally, MidwestWingfest.com.
Super cool. We'll see you tonight, hopefully, at Midwest Wingfest. That's the sponsor of the segment. I think we should do a sponsor for this specific segment, though, because I've got what I call the Whoppers of the Week. I don't know who comes to mind when I say that, like who could sponsor
Maybe
that.
Since MidwestWingfest.com is sponsoring it, we'll just be happy that they're
there.
Yeah.
So here is I'm going to play a couple clips for you. These are the Whoppers of the Week, and I want to see what stands out to you the most is something that may not be true within this first clip from Karine Jean-Pierre, Press Secretary of the United States.
Does the administration shoulder any blame for not pushing schools to reopen sooner? So let's step back to where we were not too long ago when this president walked into this administration, how mismanaged the pandemic, the response to the pandemic was, how 47% of schools were in less than 6 months. Our schools went from 46% to open to nearly all of them being open to full time. That was the work of this president, and that was the work of Democrats.
That was the work of Democrats. So it was Republicans that were trying to keep schools closed, and it was the Democrats who were working so hard to get schools back open. Anything stand out to you there that seems like it might be a lie?
Yeah, I took the pitch on all these sound clips because they're enraging. So
yeah, it's
just lies.
I point this out because it's the narrative being shared here is, I'm sure this isn't the last time we're going to hear it, because it is unpopular that schools were closed for so long. And obviously we all have just long enough of a memory to remember that Republicans were trying to open schools and Democrats were trying to keep them closed.
That's still the case.
And that it's still, that's still happening.
It's not part of history. This is current events.
Yeah. But the way that they're spinning it is that Republicans didn't vote for spending bills to reopen those schools, and Democrats did. So that's the way they're spinning it, to say, but we voted for more spending to help open those schools, and Republicans voted against more spending.
That's a whopper.
That is a huge whopper. And that is why it is the number one of the week. So number two is actually from our vice president.
Who specifically is footing the bill for student loan forgiveness? We haven't gotten a concrete answer from the administration yet.
Well, let's start with this. First of all, a lot of the same people who are criticizing what we rightly did in following through on a commitment that we made to forgive student loan debt are the same people who voted for a tax cut for the richest Americans.
So the lie there being less that she didn't answer the question, which has been asked of many, many people in the administration, who's footing the bill? I think Peter Ducey asked this question. Lots of people have asked the question. She won't answer it, and Democrats won't answer who is footing the bill for student debt relief. She did say something else there, though, that I think is a narrative that continues to be pushed that also is a lie, that I think you guys probably know as well, and that's that the tax cuts that Trump and Republicans passed in 2017 benefited only the wealthiest Americans. That is not true. That was specifically what they tried to avoid in that tax cut. They tried to benefit the largest group of middle Americans as they possibly could. And some richer Americans got a little bit of benefit of that. Of course, companies got a tax cut as well. But that narrative, to me, it just drives me crazy to continue to hear that narrative, especially from the vice president of the United States. So there's a third one I'll get to here. And this one's a little more subtle. So, and this is Ben Collins. He's a contributor on MSNBC.
They're looking for people they can target. They're looking for people they can dox and harass. They're not looking for an end game here. They could have found a body in these boxes, and that wouldn't have been enough for them. They would have been like, oh, that's somebody else's body. Like, it's not Donald Trump had nothing to do with that body. There is no end game here for them. The end game is to keep stalling, keep delaying, keep pushing this forward, keep making it look like some sort of political persecution.
So he's talking about Trump supporters here, and the fact that he's bringing up that Trump supporters are actually in favor of this FBI raid and covet it because they're wanting to make him the victim, as if that's what we've all been talking about for so long. Is, you know, what we need is Trump to be targeted more. And that's the narrative that they're pushing on MSNBC now, is that this whole thing is actually something that Republicans wanted because we're trying to make Trump into a victim. So to me, those three, I don't know which one you would consider to be the biggest lie, or which one's going to be the most continued narrative. That one from Kamala has been around for a number of years. But those are the whoppers of the week, the top three, in my opinion.
If you want to vote in today's YouTube live chat poll, lots of people commenting on the sound that you just played here, Ryan, on the YouTube live. But today's YouTube live chat poll, haven't had a chance to to talk about it yet, and I want to get it in here before we have to get to a quick break. In a time of need, who would be most likely to help you? No questions asked. Is it Brad? Is it Annie? Is it Ryan? Or is it Hannah? Getting some interesting votes and comments, especially. We love the comments. We can handle it. We're all big kids here. And we want to know who you would vote for in your time of need. So here's the scenario. You need help, but we can't ask you any questions. Which one of us is most likely to say, yeah, I got you? So you can pick Brad, Annie, Ryan, or Hannah. Also, we're going to do Hannah a favor here and encourage you to send in on the live chat while you're there some Ask Me Anything questions. Have you gotten any yet?
I've gotten one good one that I
No offense to the other people who have submitted ones.
Send in all of your questions. You can ask anything you want. This should be fun. 125.
Red 5 Golf on YouTube regarding the YouTube live chat poll says, like CPR, mouth to mouth, no questions asked. You need help, and you need one of us to say, we're here, we got you. No questions asked. Brad, Annie,
I'm interested to
Hannah,
see.
or Ryan, and I want to know the reasoning why you voted for people. We've got some interesting comments so far as well. So I think I'm laughing at them as they come in. So we're going to do an Ask Me Anything at 125. We've got X's and O's at 205 with a new competitor, Hayes from Y98. It's going to come in and play X's and O's with our very own Anna. Our digital Anna is going to come in here and compete against Hayes. So stick around. We'll be back in a minute.
Sell your car the easy way at Bommarito. No matter what kind of vehicle you have or what shape it's in, car, truck, van, or SUV, just go to Bommarito.com. Answer a few questions about your vehicle, and we'll give you an instant real purchase offer. Then we'll come to you, or you come to us, and we'll pay you on the spot. So when you're ready to sell your vehicle, go to Bommarito first. A better experience, a better price, better service. The automotive leader, Bommarito, Missouri's #1 automotive group, open 24/7 at Bommarito.com.
ClosetFactory.com. ClosetFactory.com. My friends want to come help you and fix those issues in your house. They've been in my house and we have not gotten to all the issues, but we've certainly helped with some, coming in to give you a customized organization solution for your specific area. Maybe it's your home office. A lot of people who have decided to work from home, they've transitioned to maybe working part-time from home or full-time from home. Maybe you want to turn that bedroom space that you've been manufactured into some sort of work from home space into an actual office. But you also want to be able to make sure it can be a spare bedroom when the kids come back home or when you have visitors in town. How about a Murphy bed on the wall with built-in storage and a great place for you to set up shop and have that cozy work from home space. Make the rooms in your house work for you and gain some of your house back in a way that accommodates your lifestyle. You can call them at 314-961-4300 to schedule a free design consultation. Go to ClosetFactory.com.
Mark Cox here with a question for homeowners. Would you sell your current home if you found your dream home? Well, of course you would. That's why you need to call Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty. Gloria has a program that kind of eliminates the worry of selling your current home and then finding that next home with inventory being as low as it is. Gloria is an expert at finding listed and unlisted homes that match your specific criteria. Just let her know exactly what you're looking for. She'll find that dream home in the neighborhood of your choice. And once Gloria finds a homeowner who may consider a sale, not yet on the market, Gloria's going to inspect that home, set up a private, no obligation showing, and negotiate on your behalf at no charge if you want to make an offer. If your offer is accepted, Gloria will also help you sell your existing home. Learn more now. Call Gloria at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Question: should Harriet Tubman Day be the next federal holiday? That's just one of the questions we ask on the podcast Beyond Black History Month.
I had never thought about the fact that there was never a federal holiday named for a woman.
Instead of waiting for February, we dig into stories about the Black community year-round. You can find Beyond Black History Month on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts from.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bommarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
President Biden doubles down on Lisa Brady, Fox News, after condemning MAGA Republicans in a speech last night, telling reporters today not all Trump supporters are a threat to the nation, just anyone who calls for or fails to condemn violence or refuses to accept election results.
That is a threat to democracy.
He says people who voted for Trump were voting for a philosophy, not for attacking the Capitol or overruling an election. But his distinction between MAGA and mainstream isn't softening the blow for many Republicans.
This is insane to think that if we want to push back on that, meaning the Republican Party, 75 million Americans want to push back on that somehow we're anti-American, that we're fascist, and this has got to stop.
Oklahoma Congressman Kevin Hern. The president says inflation may be starting to ease as gas prices decline for the 80th day in a row, also holding up the new jobs report as continued progress.
The Labor Department's update offers a mixed picture on the job market for last month. There were 315,000 new jobs created in August. More than 500,000 were created in July. The unemployment rate increased to 3.7%. Economists were predicting job creation of 300,000, with the unemployment rate staying the same at 3.5%.
Fox's Jenny Cosola, the uptick in the rate as more people rejoined the search for work. 7 state-run sites to pick up clean water and other supplies are now open in Jackson, Mississippi, where flood damage led to a widespread water problem.
They can't do the most basic things like brush their teeth, take a shower, or flush their toilets. We've also spoken to folks who say they've had to scramble to find childcare because the Jackson public schools are affected by this water crisis, and parents still need to go to work.
Fox's Charles Watson in Jackson. Hundreds of National Guard members helping with flood relief. America is listening to Fox News.
The Labor Day event from Dell Technologies is here. End the summer strong by starting up a new season of productivity. Your business upgrade begins with up to 48% off top-rated laptops, like Vostro, taking performance to the next level with 12th Gen Intel Core processors. It's time to push your growing business even further. What's next for you? Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-857-5656. That's 800-857-5656.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
More clouds and sun with the emphasis on the clouds, and there'll be some showers, a couple of thunderstorms from time to time. Temperatures low to mid 80s. Tonight, some showers and thunderstorms around, partly to mostly cloudy skies. 65 Saturday, partly sunny skies, couple of showers and thunderstorms. Focus on the afternoon. 83, much the same story, Sunday and Monday. This is 97.1 FM Talk, Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's happening right here, right now.
The document we're now talking about, the redacted affidavit.
So this is the kind of picture we're getting. We're not getting all of the details here as an affidavit typically has.
Right here, right now.
Remember, they leaked out that Attorney General Merrick Garland didn't authorize this raid. That was a lie. They also leaked out that President Trump had nuclear documents. Well, there's no mention of nuclear documents on this affidavit.
97.1 FM Talk. Right here, right now.
Updating your home with James Hardie Siding has never been more popular. With all of the options available, you need a partner to maximize your investment. The rising prices on vinyl siding has made Hardie Siding a great alternative. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, board and batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free, no-obligation consultation today.
Honey, it's time to leave for the game. Are you still in the basement? We're going to be late.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to clean up the water from last night's rain. These cracks in the basement walls aren't getting any better.
I told you to call Midwest Basement Tech. They fixed our neighbor's basement and it's been dry ever since. And Midwest Basement Tech even guarantees it.
Don't miss another second of your favorite game because of basement or crawl space problems. Call Midwest Basement Tech at 1-800-848-9805 or visit us on the web at MidwestBasementTech.com for money-saving coupons. You don't have to live with leaks, cracks, and mold in your basement. We work year-round, and our estimates are free. Does your home's foundation have bowed or cracked walls? This could be a sign of foundation failure. Call now for a free expert analysis of your home's foundation problems. Serving both sides of the river. Call us at 800-848-9805 for your local service tech or on the web at MidwestBasementTech.com.
Air Comfort Service, good number to have in your phone right now as we are moving into those fall months. Let me give it to you. You can punch it in, save it. Air Comfort Service, 314-513-0091. That's 314-513-0091. Reach out to my friends at Air Comfort Service if you have any issues right now with your HVAC system. And I'm not just talking about your place, your residence. What about your place of business? If you are somebody who makes deciding phone calls about getting things fixed, or if you own a business and the HVAC system isn't working correctly, Air Comfort Service is absolutely your friend. I've called them to my house. I've had them come install a new furnace, a new air conditioner, new water heater. They've done the AeroSeal duct sealing, which when you realize that you're heating and cooling the one level of your house in a way different fashion than the other level of your house, you realize that the ventilation, the air ducts are not pushing the air through the house, and you're paying a lot more in energy costs to heat and cool your home. AeroSeal duct sealing by Air Comfort Service can solve that problem. It's super helped the Frey house. 314-513-0091, aircomfortservice.com.
Pop Parade is bringing their gourmet popcorn to St. Charles, celebrating their new location opening tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the Bass Pro Shop Plaza. Join them for discounts and giveaways and a free bag of popcorn for the first 50 customers. Opens tomorrow in St. Charles. More flavor, more fun, endless possibilities.
With Odyssey music stations, there's a different station for every taste, and they're all free. Listen to 97.1 live on your phone, or browse the selection of music stations and make a soundtrack to your workday. It's all at Odyssey.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy to have you here with us on a Friday. It's a good Friday, and we have a fun YouTube live chat poll for you to pick right now. I don't know if I want to discuss it quite yet. We're going to talk a little bit about President Biden's speech in this segment, and this segment only, unless it happens to come up in some strange conversation later, which is always a possibility. Here's the YouTube live chat poll, and to vote in this, just go on your YouTube app on your phone, or if you're on your computer, just pull up YouTube, type in Annie Frey, F-R-E-Y, and in the live chat section of the live video where you can watch us, we're all looking at our cameras right now saying hi. Here's the poll. In a time of need, who would be most likely to help you? No questions asked. So the scenario is you need help and there's no time for explanations. And you come up and you say, Hannah, I need help right now. Can you do it? And you need to know, is Hannah going to be the one who says yes?
Oh, yeah.
Is Brad going to be the one who says yes? Is Ryan going to be the one who says yes? Or is it going to be Annie? Who is the most likely to help you, or who would you want to ask? And you could vote for Brad, Annie, Ryan, or Hannah. And I don't know how this is going to go. I'm trying not to look at the results ahead of time.
I think I know exactly how this is going to go.
I know how it should go.
Yeah, I do too, because I already know who I would vote for out of the gate.
Ryan, we all know you would vote for you.
No. Not this time.
I don't know what you guys are implying. It is not obvious to me.
Good.
Because
maybe I have a chance, because I don't think I have much of a chance in this.
So we should, and also there's some of the comments that are coming through are hilarious.
A lot of the people are saying they're having a really, really tough time voting in this poll. That's
so
what
either
majority of the comments are so far.
Equally insulted or flattered.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard to know.
I'm going to choose to believe that it's that whole family thing, and they feel like they could turn to any one of us.
Yep. Okay.
That's what I'm going to feel
totally be an optimist thing to say.
Yes.
Look at the complete right side of this, Brad. Go vote.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
I know somebody here has to do that. Like I said, it's in the Annie Frey YouTube channel. Go vote there and comment.
I
and tell
just
us why.
looked at the results and they're interesting, I'll say.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try not to look. Let's talk a little bit about President Biden's speech last night. Now, before we get too deep into the nastiness, Brad, did you watch the speech last night?
I was unable to watch it live, so I watched it as I was cutting audio this morning.
Did you watch it in its entirety, straight through?
Sans YouTube apps, but yeah.
But I mean, like, you didn't just observe it the way we often will, like, just through
No.
58-second clips.
No. I watched it all the way through and then went back and pulled the clips out.
Ryan?
I consumed it exactly that way, through clips, because I did not want to watch. I had no desire to watch that. But the minute I saw the set dressing, I went, whoa, I think I actually do want to see this, because this is different.
That's interesting that you said that, because last night I said this a little bit earlier in the show, but I sat down and opened Twitter.
Yeah.
And I went, whoa.
Yeah.
This can't be real. Scroll. Oh my gosh. There's a whole bunch of pictures of it.
Real.
Oh my gosh. What is going on? Is the country over? And so I said to Jared, to my husband, he's a history teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I need you to watch. He wanted to go to bed so bad. I'm like, I need your historical context sitting next to me while I watch this, so that I can understand in the full context of a speech that looks like this in front of Independence Hall. I need to know the full picture. Let's listen to a clip from last night's speech.
We're all called by duty and conscience to confront extremists who put their own pursuit of power above all else. Democrats, independents, mainstream Republicans. We must be stronger, more determined, and more committed to saving American democracy than MAGA Republicans are to destroying American democracy.
This is why I didn't watch it.
Do you feel a professional obligation to watch this?
Well, somewhat. That's why I consume so much of it through clips, because after the fact, I'm like, man, this is a mess. What in the world is going on here? But as far as I know, most of the primetime stations didn't carry it anyway. So
none.
Yeah.
Two cable news networks.
I'm glad to hear that, because it was a mess.
I didn't watch it live either. I went back on and watched it on my TV, but through YouTube. Here's more from last night.
Today, there are dangers around us we cannot allow to prevail. We hear, you've heard it, more and more talk about violence as an acceptable political tool in this country. It's not. It can never be an acceptable tool. So I want to say this plain and simple. There is no place for political violence in America, period. None, ever.
A lot of the rhetoric,
out.
yeah, his volume control, isn't that Austin Powers?
Right after he gets unfrozen.
I'm having trouble controlling the volume of my voice. Let's not live in, okay, we're conservative Republicans here for the most part, or they're the Democrats, but just in reality. Let's for the sake of this argument concede that January 6th was the second worst thing to happen. And because I will not, even for the sake of argument, concede that it was anywhere in the conversation of 9/11, you ridiculous people. That it is like the biggest threat to democracy, political violence, so on and so forth. What has happened since then, January 6th of 2021, that has turned up the volume on that?
That is a great question. That is the question I want to ask friends of mine who would have heard that speech and agreed with it, because I don't know the answer to that question. What possibly could you point to since then to say that political violence from MAGA Republicans has increased to such a level that I need, as the president, to do a primetime address and talk to all of America about this
style of Nazi Germany?
Yes.
Brad, what are we missing?
I don't know that we're missing anything. I think that his goal was to paint a segment of the population as the other, because they can't run on accomplishments, right? They have terrible accomplishments. Nothing's going well. I mean, even though gas prices have gotten better, we're still well over $1 a gallon more than what we were earlier. Inflation's still around. Jobs reports came out today. Unemployment is up to the highest point, I think, since February. All of these things are going very, very poorly. So it's like what you said yesterday, and Ben Shapiro said, Americans vote against things. So they had to create something for Americans to vote against. And so they created a boogeyman out of MAGA and their great MAGA king and all these other stupid things that he says. One of the craziest things that I saw online last night is you could take the word MAGA Republicans and substitute any ethnicity on it.
I retweeted that.
That was...
Take MAGA Republicans out of the speech and put in Jews, Blacks, Christians, whatever it might be. It's horrifying. Kevin on the Annie Frey YouTube channel says, I don't think this is funny. I think it's really sad that our republic is faltering. I'm 58 and I've never seen a president have to defend democracy ... against its own citizens.
He's not defending democracy. He's not. He's doing everything that he's accusing the other side of doing. Stop it with that nonsense. That bothers me so much. He's not out here defending democracy. When you want to remove somebody's political voice, that's not democratic. And that's exactly what he's calling for. He's like, oh, they're trying to change election laws. Well, the Democrats were trying to change election laws. Everybody is trying to change something, and that's how democracy works. And here's the other thing. It annoys me that he calls it a democracy when it's not a democracy. It's a constitutional republic. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had that on my bingo card. I had Republic on my bingo card. I think that it begs the question, though, because to Kevin's comment, and Kevin is somebody who's in our community and is with us and dissents from our opinions on a regular basis, and I would say does so respectfully, as much, if not more, than anybody else who comes on there and dissents. But when he says that he's never seen it, had to see as a 58-year-old man, his president defend democracy against its own citizens. Obviously, what President Biden is proposing he's defending against is, he's labeled it MAGA Republicans. What is a MAGA Republican?
And also, what specifically are these MAGA Republicans doing that is destroying democracy?
Brad, how would you define MAGA Republican?
Man, I don't even know, because I could fall into the MAGA Republican category, although I wouldn't say...
You would under Joe Biden.
Under Joe Biden's, I would.
Absolutely. But internally, you might be like, I don't know.
I mean, if to me, if MAGA means make America great again, and it's exactly that, if you want policies that will make the United States the greatest country in the world and keep the United States the greatest country in the world and return us to things that made us rise to the top in the competition of worlds, then I'm MAGA. But if you're going to try to say that you're a white nationalist and you're this and you're that, well, no, I'm not that. But I don't think that MAGA is that either. I think that maybe there are some white nationalists who are MAGA, but I think there are white nationalists who are Democrats too. It's just
like the KKK.
Yeah. I mean, so what is MAGA? People, to me, MAGA is people who are concerned about the direction of the country and they want to see America retain its prominence and being the world superpower and the best place in the world to live and to raise a family and to start a business.
I would say that it would be helpful, for the sake of this conversation, for Joe Biden to say what he really means and not say MAGA Republicans. I wish he would distinguish between America First people and Trump First people. But Ryan, I would suggest that the more ambiguous that Joe Biden is about the opposition, the more power his bully pulpit voice has in sowing division that he can profit off of.
Yeah, that's the whole point, is that you can really make this whatever you want, because what this sounded like to me, and this, I actually texted my wife last night, the picture, the one that's going around of him standing with the guards behind him, and he's got his fists in the air and he looks.
I've got it up
there.
On the screen
there you
right
go.
Now.
Yeah, that's the picture.
Terrifying.
That is a terrifying picture. They chose to make that backdrop red and frightening on purpose for a very divisive speech. What it sounded like to me was this almost was the predicate of declaring war on a certain group of people. And when you don't define that group very, specifically or narrowly, you can kind of do whatever you want and refer back to, remember when I said this? Remember when I told you this was going to be a problem? Now we're acting on it. This looked like preparing everybody for some sort of action that's to come. And that to me was very scary.
No matter what the white supremacists and the extremists say, I made a bet on you, the American people, and that bet is paying off, proving that from darkness, the darkness of Charlottesville, of COVID, of gun violence, of insurrection, we can see the light. Light is now visible. Light that will guide us forward, not only in words, but in actions. Actions for you, for your children, for your grandchildren, for America. Even in this moment, with all the challenges we face, I give you my word as a Biden, I've never been more optimistic about America's future. Not because of me, but because of who you are.
I feel reassured that his word is a Biden, on top of the cherry on top of a speech like this, that means something. How about giving me your word as the president of the United States, whose duty it is to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States? Specifically, when you're standing there at Independence Hall. I legitimately have never been more unsettled ever consuming a presidential speech than I was last night.
I didn't think the United States could get to the point. Like, I thought we were pretty far away from the point where we could target political opponents and then start rounding them up and putting them in jail. This feels like we're closer than ever. And I'm not using that to be hyperbolic.
No.
When you look at this,
you feel it in your gut.
Yeah. When you compare it to, like, because I like history, I love watching history, but when you compare it to speeches that other dictators and despots have made, it sounds a lot like it. It's the same attitude. It's the same thing. And here's the thing. You don't get, you have to lie to people to get them to agree to this sort of thing. And that's exactly what he's doing. He comes out here and he lies about who.
It's happened in history before.
Oh, absolutely. And you make people scared and they'll do about anything to keep themselves safe. And that's what he's trying to do. I don't know if that's what he's trying to do, but there's definitely somebody within his administration or a cabal of people within his administration that are pushing this.
Last question from Kevin here says, do the anti-Frey hosts really believe that our constitutional republic is not in danger? Oh, you're damn right. I believe it's in danger.
Me too.
Yes. I just think that we are not seeing the danger in the same places. Like I said, I have never been more unnerved than I was listening to that speech on the taxpayer's dime in front of Independence Hall last night with beaming red glowing lights and the military standing abreast right behind the president of the United States saying that it is time to unite against our own citizens. That's the message that the president sent last night, and it was important enough to block off prime time real estate in order to deliver that message. It is terrifying. I absolutely believe the constitutional republic is in danger. And I think that the president is truly at ground zero of inciting political violence. And I'm talking about President Biden. You can't tell me that if there is an incident today where some Antifa, some Democrat extremist organization, liken it to the other side of the Proud Boys. I don't know where you are on the Proud Boys. I know where I am. I think that they're troublemakers. I think that they are individuals who try to affect a message in a way that I don't find effective, and I don't think it's helpful, and I think it's problematic. That's where I am on that. You might be different. That's fine. We can be different on that, but I'm telling you where I am. If the antithesis of the Proud Boys on the other side today decided to do something that, like Maxine Waters might suggest, to get up in people's faces and make people uncomfortable and something bad would happen, it would be infinitely worse than what took place on January 6th. That would be inciting an insurrection, and it would be because Joe Biden gave a Hitler-esque inspired speech the night before saying it is our democratic responsibility to unite against these extremists, these white supremacists, and he did it by calling half of America that.
So, and I want to address, because I know I watch Kevin's comments regularly. I want to address what he thinks is the threat to democracy. And he's always worried about how people called the vote illegitimate. That's what he's concerned about. That's what he's worried about. He says something to the effect of, half the Republicans feel like their votes weren't counted. Here's the deal. Our republic survived that. It went through the proper channels. It did everything that it was supposed to do. It was tested. It was stressed out. It was worked over. But you know what? It worked. The votes counted. People got changed. There was a transfer of power. Joe Biden is now the president.
And just to interject before you go on, because you're on the right track, nobody on this show has ever suggested anything different. I mean, I've taken heat for that. We have taken heat for our position on it. We watched that situation play out, and we have not espoused differently on this show.
Right. And it survived. It made it through. It worked. The system worked. It was stressed out, but it worked like it was supposed to work. And you know what? Donald Trump isn't the first one to call into question the results of an election. I remember Al Gore doing
it in this decade.
I remember Hillary Clinton doing it.
And Stacey Abrams after Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. So there's people on all sides who don't like losing. Listen, these are not just Republicans. These are Democrats. These are politicians, and they have big egos, and they don't like to lose. So they're going to go out there and they're going to look, and they're not going to understand, how did this happen? This is normal behavior. It's not like they went out there and the Republic was on the verge of falling over because a couple thousand people went into the Capitol. They evacuated. The security worked. They reconvened later that day and ratified the vote. It all worked the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah. And I mean, here's STVB commenting saying, oh, so Trump won and Biden didn't cheat. You've never suggested the election results were questionable. No, we haven't. I know that those conversations existed. I haven't entertained them here. I don't think it's productive. That doesn't mean that they don't exist elsewhere, but we don't have those conversations here. Not ones that I have supported and entertained. I know that they're there, but we haven't. I've said that President Biden was going to be the president in November and December based on the interviews that we had with Hans von Spakovsky, who said, this is not going the direction people are suggesting it's going to go. We've been consistent. Let's take a quick break. Let's do a little Ask Me Anything. We've got a lot of people right now on the YouTube and the Facebook live stream. So join us if you haven't yet and say hello in the chat. We welcome all people that want to be there and respectful, regardless of your thought or perspective on the issues. We enjoy the conversation. The YouTube live chat poll, and we want your reaction to this. We need your comments on it. In your time of need, who would be most likely to help you? No questions asked. You need help. You come up to one of the four of us here on the show. You say, I need help, and I need help right now. Which of the four of us is the most likely to say, yep, you got it? Is it Brad, Annie, Ryan, or Hannah? Your vote and our results at 2:45. We'll be back with Ask Me Anything in a minute.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. More people are landing on 97.1 FM Talk every day.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's St. Louis's radio destination for information with perspective.
That's the only station I listen to.
97.1 FM Talk, the place for ideas.
CAJonesInc.com, or as we like to refer to it, CajonesInc.com. Looking to build a home on the Illinois side of the river? Please visit their website, and you can see buildable plans that are listed on there on a tab. Easy to find, easy to peruse, and easy to dream over. I love looking at their website. They have homes available for sale right now, brand new. Go check them out, CAJonesInc.com, and you'll quickly see why they are one of the top builders, the top builder on the Metro East in Illinois as well. They have worked from Springfield down to Columbia, and they are top notch. They love to build homes that are energy efficient. They're the top energy efficient home builder in the area. And each home comes with a HERS rating that shows how efficient the home is, with a lifetime waterproof basement warranty and a 10-year structure warranty, and the largest inventory of new construction homes for sale. All of the information online about how they are building in the community, how they're also helping in the community, right there at CAJonesInc.com. You can reach out to them, mention the Annie Frey Show when you start the conversation about your new dream home, CAJonesInc.com.
Hi, Mark Goldstein here for Edwards Carpet. Times are tough, we're making less, and you're still paying more. So if you need new flooring, now is the time. Take advantage of our Labor Day sale. Carpet starting at $349, completely installed with pad, including take-up of old carpet and furniture moving. For this sale, everything's on sale. You can take advantage of our 12-month 0% financing, and if that's not enough, you'll pay no tax. Don't miss out, because these days, if you wait, you'll simply pay more. See you soon at Edwards Carpet.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet Stores.
Making your money go further is more important than ever. So Diamonds Direct's bringing back our most popular offer of the year. 5 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase. Now for a limited time, you get the amazing value Diamonds Direct is known for, and you can spread your payments over 5 years. 0 down, 0 interest. A $6,000 diamond ring is just $100 a month. Don't miss this extraordinary offer going on now. 5 years, 0 interest financing on anything and everything at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Details at diamondsdirect.com on approved credit.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
CherryPhilly.com.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place.
I hear this song and I feel a little bad wearing my Red Wings sweatshirt. It's a blues song. It is.
Oh, man, it took me a second.
People who are tuning into the live stream, I haven't gotten any flack for it yet. Maybe that's because the Blues aren't in season. I have a Red Wings sweatshirt on, but that's the name of my son's baseball team. So
I love the fact that you didn't know
that you named, correct?
This is all me.
Yeah, but you didn't realize that, the Red Wings, this is going to be interpreted as hockey.
It didn't occur to me until one of the parents who was part of the team was like, gosh, it's going to be hard to get by the Red Wings thing. And I was like, why? And I was like, oh, yeah. But I mean, honestly, since the Red Wings aren't in the division anymore, they're like it used to be a big deal. It's not really. I mean, I'd know better than to be the Blackhawks.
It's that makes me sad though, because I liked the Red Wings rivalry, and now that they're not
don't they suck?
Yeah, and they're garbage too. So we could be kicking.
This is our good time, right?
We could be kicking the poo out of them right now, and
well, it's really cool.
We don't
though.
get to.
If you're watching on the live stream, or you can tune in to see. Red Wings has EDW in it, and we're the Edwardsville Red Wings. So the EDW it's actually pretty freaking sweet for what was an 8U baseball team.
Oh man, I'm looking at your shirt and I'm realizing what you should have done is been the Edwardsville Rings. Then it would look at the way it is written on your shirt, RING and then EDW in the middle. The Edwardsville Rings, like Lord
that
of
would
the
be
Rings.
fun to explain to everybody, like the rings.
Ways
you know, in youth select baseball, and folks, I use the term select loosely, but in select baseball, they don't get trophies for tournaments. Usually, it's rings.
Oh, I didn't even know that. It makes more sense now.
Yeah. But it sucks if you're the rings and you don't have any.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad.
Well, that's ironic. Oh, man. Let's do a little Ask Me Anything, Hannah. You ready for that?
If you have anything to ask me, just go ahead.
I want the truth. Say it.
Thank you for your honesty.
You can't handle the truth. And the truth shall set you free.
Hannah, before you ask any questions, do you guys have any?
I've got one.
Do you want to lead with it, or do you want to take us home with it?
I want to lead with it.
Is that you have to ask Hannah for permission?
Hannah, can I lead with this?
It's scary, but go ahead.
Okay. This question is probably a little bit easier for Annie than it is for anybody else. So maybe Annie can answer first.
What's it like for childbirth?
What's it like having 4 children? Hannah, you go first.
Exhausting.
Okay. Is there a person that you've always wanted to interview that you've just never been able to get? And who would that be? And maybe we can even expand it to say, living or dead. If you could interview anybody from any time, who would it be?
I would interview my grandpa.
That's great.
He was in the Army, officer in the Army in World War II, was in the Pacific theaters where he met my grandmother. My grandma's from Australia. Some of you may know. I'm a quarter Aussie. He served in the same building as General MacArthur.
Oh, that's interesting.
He was a topographer because he drew farm maps, and that translated well to warfare and would draw maps. He has a book that he wrote, which is amazing. It's his story of his life. But I want to have that. I had those conversations with him. He died when I was just finished sophomore year of college. So I had him for a long time, and I had those conversations with him, but I wasn't old enough to really like soak it in.
Dang, that's really good.
Well,
That is really good.
or Jesus.
Let's go to Jesus here.
No, Jesus can't be the person. You want to go ahead?
Yeah, I'll go. If it can be any historical figure, I think it would have been Abraham Lincoln. I think that he would
Historical figure.
Yeah, now it's historical figures, I guess.
You said any person.
Yeah, you're
in
right.
History.
Anybody you want.
So I'm going to say Abraham Lincoln because
It doesn't have to be historical.
No.
It could be like one of the Golden Girls.
B. Arthur.
Because they're all dead, aren't they?
I don't know, Ryan.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, I would love to understand and talk to him just about everything that he went through and how he managed to keep it together, because like the world basically was burning down around him. The country that he was president of was falling apart, and he was keeping it together. His generals were terrible, and he was finding the right ones. His wife had issues. His son died while he was in office, and he managed to pull the country together through all of it.
Could use a little of that.
That's awesome.
I would want to interview Donald Trump. I think he's super fascinating.
All right, MAGA.
All right.
Whoa.
You have to block the door here.
Yeah,
Biden's
here
gonna
we
Kick her
go.
off
through,
social
take you off.
media.
I feel like I would have 1,000 questions to ask him. I think he would give some really good advice, and I would love to interview Donald Trump.
Ryan?
Man, you guys' answer is so much better. I was going to say Jack Handy, the guy that wrote Deep Thoughts. I really think I'd like to know, how'd you come up with all those deep thoughts? They're really funny.
Now is the time to remind you of the YouTube live chat poll. In your time of need, who would be the most likely to help you? No questions asked. You need help. You got to ask one of us. You only get to ask one of us to help you. You got to ask the one who you think would be most likely to say, yes, I'll help you. Don't even need to ask you where you want to bury the bodies, that type of thing.
Just on the heels of Hannah's question, though, or answer to that question, is there anybody, and I don't care about political affiliation, is there anybody that would rather interview Joe Biden than Donald Trump?
No.
I mean, really? Wouldn't you be more interested, even if you hate the guy?
Give me that opportunity, because he's the one in charge right now.
I think I could interview Joe Biden in a way that affects more change than Donald Trump. I think I could get Donald Trump tied up with well-crafted questions and get more for the listener out of that interview than I could with Donald Trump. Why? Because Donald Trump is really good at it. Donald Trump commands the interview, and he runs the interview. And I think that some of my favorite interviews to conduct are the ones that I know are going to be a train wreck, and I do them. And it's not because I dunk on people. I work to ask the questions in a way that gets real answers and puts people in a position where they have to answer tough questions and stand there and stand by what they say.
Brian
That's
from
much
YouTube
more
says-
interesting than I thought it was going to be.
Brian from YouTube says Wiggins would interview Willy Wonka.
If he was real, I would.
Kevin says he steamrolls the interview. Yes, he absolutely does. And I'll tell you this, every good politician does. The best ones aren't as obvious about it, but they absolutely are doing it.
All right. Our next question, JC from YouTube asked us yesterday, and I told him I would leave it for today. He asked the crew, what is your go-to food for Labor Day?
Normally I would, it always ends up being poolside and like pork steaks. And I am not a pork steak girl, but then they get made and my husband's eating it and I'm
So
like, let me have a
good.
bite. And I'm like, gosh, that's good.
So you
I should
are
eat a
a
pork steak.
steak girl.
Yeah, I am.
Just admit you like them. It's okay.
I
Nobody's going
know.
to judge you.
It's
It's going to be
so-
like, welcome to the club.
So carnal. Arr.
Yeah, the bone thing. You don't like meat on bones.
I don't want the bone. Oh gosh.
Stop right there. And we're clear.
My favorite go-to food for Labor Day.
On my teeth.
I I feel like it's the same food I would want for 4th of July.
Yeah, summer food.
Yeah,
Is what I would
I don't
want
want the
for
bone on my
Labor Day.
teeth. Also, I don't like pork steaks either, but I will find myself in much the same situation as Annie.
There
if
they
somebody's
are.
eating one and I see it, I'm like, just give me a bite.
If I can cut the meat off and eat it like I would eat a steak, I'm okay. I'm completely okay with that. And pork steaks are always so huge. You cut them in half anyway. Half of it's boneless.
Mm-hmm.
That's the half I eat. You?
So me, smoked chicken. A whole smoked chicken is my Labor Day.
Whole chicken?
Yeah. Well, my wife and I.
Wow. He said yeah with shame.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
It's alive on Friday, but it's dead by Monday, right? Like you're starting from the raw chicken.
No. I mean, I'm starting from a raw chicken, but not from an alive chicken.
Okay.
I would say aren't all starting from a raw chicken. But the answer to that is not necessarily.
Yeah, I think we're growing things now.
All right. Next question is from Carlo. He asked, what was your favorite part of when Tyrus was in town?
When he was in studio with us was fantastic.
Yeah,
It was
fun.
That is a stressful thing for a host because you have a lot of things that you're trying to juggle at the same time. The first and most important thing is that you sitting there listening to us on the radio or watching us on our live stream, that you are entertained. Because if I have somebody come in here and they're a higher profile person, I do have to make sure that they feel comfortable, that they feel welcomed. But if all of that amounts to you being like, this is boring, I'm going to listen to a podcast or something, then I have failed. So it's hard to make it compelling and interesting and still cater to the guests and make sure that they are welcome. And Tyrus made it so easy. So just having him in here was fantastic.
I think we all agreed with that
Yeah.
simply because that's when we got to hang out with him the most.
My favorite part about it is that whenever I did finally get to meet him in person, he was who I thought he would be based on who
it's
he
not always the
was.
case.
Yeah,
It's
he's
usually
a
not the
real
case.
one. And I love that whenever I meet celebrities or people that we work with and stuff like that, I love whenever they're a real one. And Tyrus is a real one.
Spot on. Janine from YouTube asked, if you had to be trapped in an elevator with one of your coworkers on the Annie Frey show when the power went out, who would you pick?
Man, that's a good poll
Ooh.
question for the future too.
I know. What about you, Brad?
Okay, so I was thinking about this, and no offense, Ryan.
None ever taken. If I took offense at anything, I could not be here.
I feel like though you would make things funny, and that's not what I need, because my mindset is how do we get
How do we
past
get
this
out?
Yeah. So Hannah would be one that I could lift up through the ceiling panels. Annie would be one that I could give hey, I need you to do this while I'm doing that. And Annie's good at following instructions and being proactive in things. So I think it would it'd probably be Annie, because I think we could easily get out. Because even once I got Hannah up in the ceiling tile, I don't know if you'd have the upper body strength to pull me up the ceiling tile. Maybe you do, but I don't know that you do.
As a female, I'm only hearing you say that you can lift Hannah and not me.
Oh.
See, I only said that because neither one of you were thinking that.
No, we weren't.
And that is
No, I thought it as soon as I said it. I was like, maybe we'll skip right on by this.
No, I get it. Hannah is I don't know, probably half my size, but she's tiny. So
and I
I'm
probably
huge.
could lift you up.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, that's a compliment.
Ryan wouldn't have said that.
No.
Ryan would be like, no, Annie, there's no way.
Ryan would be like,
You're
Annie,
twice my size.
Yeah.
Annie could have lifted me up.
Yeah, I'm picking Annie just so I think I can stand on Annie's shoulders and reach the top.
She's so strong
If I
and
had to
large.
pick someone to be trapped in an elevator with when the power went out, I'd pick Annie because she's the best at calming me down.
That's good.
Who would you pick, Annie? Do I need to play the X's and O's drums?
This is no kidding. This is intense. It would be between Brad and Hannah.
Uh-huh.
Brad is super resourceful, but Hannah wouldn't stress me out. Not that Brad would.
I would.
But since I can lift Brad with one hand and put him through the ceiling, I think I'd probably pick Brad because he's taller.
I want to see that outside of an elevator. I want to see that on ice.
It only happens in an elevator. Find me an elevator and we can do that.
The Annie Frey show on ice.
Who'd you pick?
I actually picked you.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Okay,
Never mind. Don't find me an elevator.
If the situation was that we had to get out and we were in danger, I'd pick Brad because he's very mechanically inclined. If we were just like, I gotta sit here, me and you could just get a lot of work done. So I'm thinking, well, you might as well use your time.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, one last question really quick. Peanut butter, creamy or crunchy? Creamy.
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 Crunchy.
And
which is funny because we never get crunchy in my house, and I've never weighed in on that. But I enjoy a good. If I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and there's crunchy in it, that's fun.
Yee.
all natural or the fake stuff? The stuff that separates now, you get it in the jar and it's all oil at the top and
No.
stuff at the bottom.
Peter Pan.
Man, some people love that stuff though.
Jif.
And I'm going
No,
with
they're not.
the fake stuff.
They're lying. They're the same people who think that they like the other healthy things.
Yeah. You're right.
When what you've done is you've made a commitment.
Yeah. Is this Pop-Tart all natural? Oh, well, then I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah. They go home and they're just pounding boxes of Pop-Tarts. Yeah, give me a break. If you have any other questions that you have to have answered, put them in the YouTube live chat, and we might get to a few of them here throughout the course of the show. In the 2 o'clock hour, we've got Hayes coming in for the first time to play X's and O's, a recap of this week in news. Want to make sure you stick around for that. That's always a fun one to watch as well. Hayes is going to be playing against our friend, our digital guru, Anna, is going to be in studio with us, and Ryan runs that. And don't forget the YouTube live chat poll, which we will update you on in the 2:45 segment. In your time of need, who would be most likely to help you with no questions asked? Ryan, Brad, Hannah, or Annie? Your vote and comments. At 2:45, we'll get those results. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Mama, take me home, country road. All my
This is the Annie Frey Show.
gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water.
Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
Painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye, country roads, take me home to the place I belong.
Ross Pomeroy's, there's research that shows that maybe conservatives have greater meaning and purpose in their lives, right?
Yeah, conservatives are happier, higher life satisfaction. It's been replicated over and over again.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Hairsaloon.com. Your appointment is right on the other side of you typing in hairsaloon.com to your browser right now and scheduling a fantastic haircut for you. When you go to Hair Saloon, you're quickly going to understand why their idea that men deserve better than the run-of-the-mill drop in, get your hair cut, screaming kids, people, everybody's angry. Is that how it is at other hair places? Just like rage and scissors.
It depends on the age of the kids because there's some crying involved sometimes.
That's how I am.
It seems like a nightmare to me to just do a drop in. You can drop in at Hair Saloon if they have appointments open, but it's not like that. It's serene. If you go to get your haircut at Hair Saloon, they are going to commit to you every single time. A fantastic haircut that's going to have you coming back again. Hot towel and mint, complimentary shoe shine, shampoo, hot towel. The whole deal is a wonderful experience. But of course, you get in there, you get that great haircut, and you go about your day. All of those appointments you can make online. You can find a saloon near you. You can also book your appointment and learn about the different types of products that they have on their website at hairsaloon.com.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group at 314-993-9494. He'll show you how to participate in the market gains without ever losing a penny. Thomas is the official financial advisor of the Mark Cox Morning Show.
Hi, I'm Mandy Moore. We can do great things when we stand together. With support from American Airlines, Stand Up to Cancer is closer than ever before to achieving its mission to make every cancer patient into a long-term survivor. Through this incredible collaboration, we are pushing cancer research to new heights. Doctors and scientists, team members, patients and their families all working and standing up to move progress forward. The fight against cancer never stops. Thankfully, new and promising treatments can help save lives now.
Flight is prepared for takeoff.
So get on board and join this mission. To learn more about how you can support this groundbreaking effort and get Advantage Miles, go to standuptocancer.org/American Airlines.
We don't want you on our team.
You're too slow and fat.
This is weight bias.
Don't you care how you look?
Those with the serious disease called obesity face weight bias every day
You're not the right fit for this job.
and blame themselves.
I wish I was different.
Weight bias hurts.
Let's stop weight bias.
Be part of the solution. Go to stopweightbias.com. A public service message from Obesity Action Coalition.
Come to the Enchanted Attic. Come to the Enchanted Attic. Come to the Enchanted Attic, and the mysteries of life shall be revealed. Gaze into a crystal ball to see your future. Breathe in the exotic fragrances of incense, candles, and essential oils. Adorn your body with jewelry encrusted with mystical gemstones from around the world. Why, many who enter the magical realm of the Enchanted Attic feel as though they have entered another dimension in time and space. But actually, in reality, they have just entered 304 South Main Street in historic St. Charles, home of the famous Enchanted Attic. This is Diane, and you need to come to the Enchanted Attic. It's mystical, magical, and a whole lot of fun. Open every day, free gift with purchase. You'll love this store.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Don't have a journeyman license? Air Comfort Service will help you get it. Get guaranteed hours year-round and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com.
If it's bumper to bumper or smooth sailing, Sue Thomas has you covered with dependable traffic. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. This is the Annie Frey Show.
You got your chain tied to me, tight me up again. Who's got the claws in you, my friend?
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Sweet like honey to my soul. Sweet you rock and sweet you roll. Lost for you, I'm so lost for you.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We are happy that you're here. In a couple, it's like, 15 minutes, we're going to be engaging in X's and O's, our version of Hollywood Squares, where we recap the week in news in a fun Friday kind of way. Hayes is going to join us, and Anna is going to be in here as well. Ryan, you've grade yourself on the work and effort and quality of what you put into this week's X's and O's.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say it's probably around a 10.
This is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's just, I bring everything I've got all the time, and especially to X's and O's. So it's always a 10.
Well, I'm excited about it. We do this every week. We try to find a good news story for you.
The Diamond in the Rough, brought to you by The Diamond Shop, thediamondshop.net.
I saw this story last night. I shared it on the Annie Frey Show Facebook page. I love this story from my neck of the woods in the Metro East. In Glen Carbon, Illinois, officers from the Glen Carbon Police Department successfully assisted a woman Wednesday in giving birth to her child.
Wow.
Fox2now.com reports this story. I have it on my from the Glen Carbon Police Department on the Annie Frey Show page. I got to tell you, it is kind of like a terrifying story, I might add, to think about somebody. I've had 4 kids myself. To think about delivering that with police officers, but there's definitely something about being on the business end of of having a baby, where when it's time for that thing to come out, you don't care as much about the things that you would normally care about when you're not on the business end. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, but
my mom
yes.
swears that a janitor was the one to deliver my sister.
A janitor?
Did you never follow up any more questions? You just say yes and move on?
She was in labor for like 30 something hours.
Oh,
and
man.
She said that her doctor wasn't actually there. So this story reminds me of that, about when you're giving birth, you just gotta roll with the punches. Whoever's there is there.
Janitor's walking in, sweeping.
No,
oh man! Whoa.
Listen, when that's about to go down, and I mean that in the literal sense, you want it out. You want it. You want it done. You want it gone. A call is made to 911 at 3:30 p.m. from an address on Lucinda Drive for a woman in active labor. The baby was born 6 minutes later. Woo!
That's fast.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
That's very
6
fast.
minutes later.
The
Wow.
dispatcher sent Glen Carbon ambulance to the scene and began 911 instructions for the childbirth. The department said that officers Zachary Walters and Sergeant Jeffrey Blind, who I actually know personally, I used to work with him at an ice cream stand.
Wow.
Sergeant Jeff Blind were in the immediate area and arrived ahead of the ambulance. When they met the mother, Walters told Overholtz that, quote, delivery was imminent. Blind and Walters then helped the mother deliver her baby boy. He was delivered into the arms of Sergeant Blind. Quote, Walters assisted with an additional set of hands and reported the baby's time of birth. Now, going back to the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll, in your time of need, who would be most likely to help you? No questions asked. This is not what the specific poll is about, but let's just go around the room. Co-workers out there, and that baby delivery is imminent. Hannah, could you assist with a live birth and be there and go through that for a coworker that you cared about?
I think I could. Yes.
You think you could do it?
Mm-hmm.
Brad?
Yep, sure could. Just catch,
Brad's
right?
just politicking right now.
Absolutely.
He's campaigning.
Just catch. It is not just catch.
Well, in 6 minutes it is.
Yeah,
Yes, that's true. That is just business.
Don't let it hit the ground, and then you can handle all of the other stuff later.
There is other stuff later.
Yeah, just
there is.
Also quickly after.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan?
They're making it into pills.
Ryan? What?
Oh,
Ryan,
no.
Annie Frey's having baby number 5, and here comes the baby.
My initial reaction is no way. But I'll say this, for the good of humanity.
Yeah.
I would not let the baby just be born. Like, if you're out in the field and you're like, God doggone, I shouldn't have walked through this field.
I can't do it.
I can't.
No.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's Ryan. And I'm walking by on his. Yeah. I just happened to be going by on a trail and I'm like, oh my gosh, Annie's in the field having a baby.
You guys should see this. This is crazy.
First, I look around. Is anybody else seeing this? Nobody else is around. Okay, fine.
You gotta send Ryan to get the hot towel in the water.
They say to you, do you want a mirror when you're having a baby? I go, heck no, I want none of that. But I could do it if I had to.
Right.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Here's one thing you can do to beautify your property and help prevent stormwater pollution. Create a rain garden. Rain gardens help reduce polluted stormwater from entering waterways, which can hurt both water quality and the wildlife that inhabit them and prevent water overflows. Excessive runoff can erode banks and increase flooding. Visit msdprojectclear.org to find out more about rain gardens and your flood risk. Know your zone. This One Thing message brought to you by MSD Project Clear. What's your one thing?
This is Mark Cox from my trusted friend and realtor, Gloria Liu, with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. She's the agent I've been recommending for years now. Take my recommendation and call her, because if you're planning to sell your home in this crazy seller's market, you don't want to leave a single dollar on the table. You're going to love working with Gloria, and here's why. She'll guarantee to sell your home at your agreed to price and time frame, or she'll buy it. Guaranteed in writing. Her secret, well, she already has the buyers. Thousands of them looking for homes in your price range in your neighborhood. Lawrence and Shelby sold their St. Louis home in just 3 days at $17,000 over asking price with multiple offers. That's when their previous agent had produced 0 results. They chose Gloria. You can too. Call her today at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Making your money go further is more important than ever. So Diamonds Direct's bringing back our most popular offer of the year. 5 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase. Now for a limited time, you get the amazing value Diamonds Direct is known for, and you can spread your payments over 5 years. 0 down, 0 interest. A $6,000 diamond ring is just $100 a month. Don't miss this extraordinary offer going on now. 5 years, 0 interest financing on anything and everything at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Details at diamondsdirect.com on approved credit.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk. always live on the free Odyssey app. Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
More clouds than sun with the emphasis on the clouds, and there'll be some showers, a couple of thunderstorms from time to time. Temperatures low to mid 80s. Tonight, some showers and thunderstorms around, partly to mostly cloudy skies. 65 Saturday, partly sunny skies, couple of showers and thunderstorms. Focus on the afternoon. 83, much the same story, Sunday and Monday. This is 97.1 FM Talk, Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Right here, right now.
If there's a prosecution of Donald Trump for mishandling classified information after the Clinton debacle, there'll be riots in the streets.
Can you imagine if they announced a march on Washington tomorrow in reaction to the raid or
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time.
On the president's speech last night in Philadelphia, where he urged Americans to vote after condemning MAGA Republicans.
The way we see it here, and I would argue the way many Americans across the country see it, is standing up for democracy is not political. Denouncing political violence is not political.
Spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre also echoing the president's attempt to draw a line between criticism of some Trump supporters and the many voters who supported Trump. This as the Justice Department continues to investigate the former president's handling of classified documents and releasing a more detailed list from the raid on Trump's Florida estate. More than 30 boxes containing a mixture of files, clothes, articles, and books, documents both with and without classification markings, and empty folders labeled return to staff secretary or military aid.
Court records show the government and lawyers for the former president spent months going back and forth as the National Archives was trying to recover the materials from the Trump presidency. Earlier this summer, Trump's lawyers swore that the classified materials were no longer being kept at the estate, and Trump has been claiming he had declassified the materials even before leaving office.
Fox's Mark Meredith in Washington, former Attorney General Bill Barr telling Fox News he's skeptical of that declassification claim, calling it first highly improbable.
And second, if in fact he sort of stood over scores of boxes, not really knowing what was in them, and said, I hereby declassify everything in here, that would be such an abuse. Shows such recklessness that it's almost worse than taking the documents.
Trump's request for an independent review of documents seized remains before a federal judge in Florida. An hour to the close on Wall Street, a sell-off on a day that started with a rally. Right now, the Dow's down 228. America is listening to Fox News.
The Labor Day event from Dell Technologies is here. End the summer strong by starting up a new season of productivity. Your business upgrade begins with up to 48% off top-rated laptops, like Vostro, taking performance to the next level with 12th Gen Intel Core processors. It's time to push your growing business even further. What's next for you? Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-857-5656. That's 800-857-5656.
Here's one thing you can do to beautify your property and help prevent stormwater pollution. Create a rain garden. Rain gardens help reduce polluted stormwater from entering waterways, which can hurt both water quality and the wildlife that inhabit them and prevent water overflows. Excessive runoff can erode banks and increase flooding. Visit msdprojectclear.org to find out more about rain gardens and your flood risk. Know your zone. This One Thing message brought to you by MSD Project Clear. What's your one thing?
Up-to-the-minute traffic reports, so you don't have to keep looking at your phone. Dependable traffic on 97.1 FM Talk. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They're in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
MidwestWingFest.com. Have you gotten your tickets yet? I hope you have. I'm going to be there tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. in the VIP tent. Your VIP tickets, $45 tonight. You can start at 5 p.m., stay till midnight, party all night. We'll be glad to hang out with you in that VIP tent. $45 gets you your drinks, gets you your wings, gets you a special place to watch the amazing music at the Music Fest, the Food Fest. It is family friendly. Come and enjoy the night. And remember, all of the profits, every dollar that is made from this event, it goes to help local Gold Star families. So I challenge you to find a better cause than that. Go to MidwestWingFest.com. You can see tickets that are available right there, Friday and Saturday. Saturday from noon to midnight. You can get a ticket that covers both days VIP if you want to. But also, if you can't go tonight, I'm encouraging you to consider reaching into your pocket and donating to this great cause. Helping a local Gold Star family. This is an easy way for you to throw $10 or whatever it is that you can afford to a really, really great cause that I'm very excited to stand by. I would love to see you tonight at Midwest Wingfest. You can get your tickets at MidwestWingFest.com.
The Dell Technologies Labor Day event is here. Start a season of productivity with up to 48% off Vostro laptops with 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Upgrade by calling 877-ASK-DELL.
Pop Parade is bringing their gourmet popcorn to St. Charles, celebrating their new location opening tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the Bass Pro Shop Plaza. Join them for discounts and giveaways and a free bag of popcorn for the first 50 customers. Opens tomorrow in St. Charles. More flavor, more fun, endless possibilities.
The features you always dreamed of are here.
We're talking about rewinding the radio.
Listen on the Odyssey app and rewind whenever you'd like. Or catch up on entire shows within 24 hours of air.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
They got someone here knows what they're talking about.
Let's up, let's ride. Gotta love this American ride.
Hey, you need to take some time to get the full picture. Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart. This is the Annie Frey Show.
This is Friday on the Annie Frey Show, and you probably know that from that sound. A special guest in studio with us right now, Hayes from Y98. Adam, have you ever heard that intro before?
No.
That's a Ryan Wiggins original.
That is amazing. I like that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Nice job, Wiggins.
Thank you. You were looking at me like, is that you? Yeah, it is.
Sounds like your quality.
Yeah, right.
Sounds like this is up your alley. And we have Anna in here, who is, what's your official title?
Digital content producer.
Digital expert and queen here on 97.1 FM Talk. I really encourage you to check out the 97.1 FM Talk Instagram page, and we share the stuff on the Annie Frey Show Instagram page all the time. Anna takes the conversations that we have on the air, and she puts them in the funniest little videos, and I am always laying in bed at like 1 a.m., Anna, and I'm like, Jared, you gotta watch this. This is so funny. And I'm like laughing. They're so funny. You do such a great job.
I have a million videos from the show I'm posting this long weekend.
Yay,
so.
a million!
Yes.
If it is less than a million, I'm gonna be mad though.
Yeah, he's going to inventory it. Well, every Friday at this time, we like to play a little game, which we call X's and O's. And it is hosted by Ryan Wiggins. And Ryan, for the folks who have never heard this before, let you set it up and set the table for Hayes and for Anna. And let's get started.
Yes, indeed. So Hayes and Anna, you will be the contestants today trying to beat each other by getting a tic-tac-toe. And we don't just stop at one tic-tac-toe. If somebody gets one, we continue. Maybe you can get another one. Or somebody could tie you up. Either way, we're going to do all the squares regardless. And the way that you do this is one of you will go first. You will pick a square. And then you pick one of our celebrities in the room. Hannah, Annie.
Here we go.
Here we go again. And Brad, you can pick one of them to answer your question for you. You will just agree or disagree to win the square.
Okay.
Or to lose the square.
Or to lose the square. That's right.
Mhm.
So, as we usually do, ladies first.
Yep.
Anna, you will be X's. Hayes, you will be O's. Anna, pick your square and your celebrity.
I'm going to go square 1 and Annie.
Top left.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. Here we go. On Monday, Albert Pujols hit his 694th career home run and broke an MLB record off the 450th different pitcher.
Man, all those statistics I knew. And you kept
Yes.
saying them, which meant that wasn't going to be the question.
That's right. You
This
were
is-
waiting.
This is probably about professional bowling.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Here we go.
450th off a different pitcher, comma, passing Barry Bonds, who had hit home runs off of 449 different pitchers.
That's how records work.
That's correct. One more is what that was. For the square,
Uh-huh.
what is the name of Albert Pujols' dad or Barry Bonds' dad? You can either one of their dad's names.
Mr.
Technically correct.
Is it the same name?
No, they're different names.
Hmm.
Now I say this because
Is it what Albert Pujols' real first name is?
Albert Pujols' dad is not famous, but Barry Bonds' dad is. So that's why I thought I'm going to ask you can get either one of them. Baseball nerd.
Bobby.
Bobby is a great guess. Anna, is that correct?
I'm going to disagree.
Disagree. Okay, well, you in fact should have agreed because Annie is right. Wow. Barry Bonds' dad is Bobby Bonds.
I wasn't 100% sure if it was Bobby Bonds or if I was thinking Bobby Bonilla, but I went there.
You got it.
So I wasn't as confident about that as but I'm
You got it.
feeling pretty good about myself right now.
You want to know Albert's dad's name? Bienvenido.
Really?
Yeah.
What, like welcome?
Yeah. Yeah. Had to look that up.
Welcome Pujols?
I guess so.
All right.
Why
he
not?
he was a softball player, whereas Bobby played in the MLB.
Who isn't a softball
Yeah,
player?
right.
No offense to softball players out there,
Yeah,
of which
yeah.
I was one.
Right. All right. So Circle gets number one square.
Top
and
left.
Hayes, it is all yours.
Obviously, I'm going to have to go with square 5.
Center square.
Square 5, and who would you like to pick?
I'm going to go with Brad over there.
Brad.
Here we go. The big brain on Brad.
Oh boy. And this is kind of embarrassing.
Everybody cringes.
You have stumbled into sound. All right, here we go. I'm going to play a clip from this week. Now, this is a real news clip from this week, but it's run through AI software. So I'm going to play this clip. It will be AI reading it. Brad will have to say who actually said this week.
We have people who have been working for decades to do the work that has been about America's leadership in terms of space exploration. And today is very much on that path.
Now, that is actually the first time I've ever run something through AI, and it sounds better than the person saying the clip. Who said, we have people who have been working for decades to do the work that has been about America's leadership in terms of space exploration.
There are only two options.
And today is very much on that path.
There are people who've been working for decades to do the work. That is a Kamala-ism if I've ever heard one. Kamala Harris.
Sure sounds like one. Hayes, is he correct or incorrect?
I'd say correct.
We have people who have been
He is, in fact, correct. Good job.
for decades to do the work that has been about America's leadership in terms of space exploration. And today is very much on that path.
Not sure in that clip whether somebody's doing dishes next to her. Or...
I wonder, I said there's only two people who could be, and I was implying it's the president or the vice president, but I should have added the third person, who is the person who professionally speaks for those individuals,
that's true.
which is the press secretary,
Good
which
point.
actually makes it worse.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Anna, board is telling you some things.
Top left is a circle, center is a circle. Where are you going, Anna?
So I got to go 9.
All right, number
Bottom right,
9.
block.
And who is going to ask or answer this question for you?
Hannah.
Hannah.
Oh, boy.
Rob Schneider this week said for him, Saturday Night Live was over when what performer dressed up as Hillary Clinton and sang Hallelujah with
Justin Bieber.
absolutely no joke attached to the bit at all?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber's a great guess.
I'm going to disagree.
Confidently so. I'm going to disagree.
Yeah, well, I mean, Hannah
Seems very far-fetched.
confidently was ready to give the answer before the question was over. So the answer is you are correct, Anna. That was not Justin Bieber. It was actually Kate McKinnon that dressed up
Man,
as Hillary
I
Clinton.
can see that whole thing happening, and I couldn't remember Kate McKinnon's name.
I couldn't remember. I
either.
could see her face.
Yeah.
And Rob Schneider was right, but anyway, I digress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's actually off the show. A whole bunch of people have been leaving Saturday Night Live.
That's true.
This week. So,
Yeah.
This week?
Mm-hmm.
That's a new thing?
Melissa Villasenor and who else am I missing? There's a couple others.
I lost track. There's been a lot.
Bryant also left. Kate McKinnon left.
I'm devastated. I've never heard of any of them.
Right, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Those are the big names on the show right now.
Yeah.
So this will be an interesting season.
So Rob Schneider makes his point.
Yes, indeed. All right, it is Hayes' turn, and now we really got a game going.
All right. I'm going to go with an even number 2.
Top, middle.
Number 2, who is going to answer that question for you?
I'll go with Annie.
Woohoo!
Annie, all right. NASA's moon rocket blasts off tomorrow, Annie. It's a test run with the hopes of returning people to the moon by 2025.
Can I pick the people?
Right?
I have a list. Let me just get the piece
As
of paper.
host of the show, the answer is no.
Oh, okay.
The last time a
Are you
man...
concerned?
Yeah, I'm a little bit. I think I know where that goes. So exercise some authority here. The last time a man was on the moon was 1972. What year did man first land on the moon?
If you believe is it if I sang that song long enough, is the year in it?
You could always try.
Yeah,
Yeah, just keep going. We got a couple minutes.
1968.
1968 is a good guess. Hayes, is she correct?
Good guess.
Man, I'd say I disagree.
You disagree. Well, let's find out what year and a 1 and a 2 and a 3.
But we went to the moon in 1969.
I knew it.
High five, Hayes. Good choice.
I had 69 in my head.
You got it.
Somehow I paid attention in school.
That's right.
Somehow I didn't.
And ended up on a top 40 station.
Hey, let's not go down the journey of how intellectual, educated people got on the radio.
Okay.
All right, that is correct. And so we are back into trouble territory here.
Yep.
Anna, what would you like to go with?
I'll go 3.
For the
3.
block across the top.
Ooh, and you got a couple ways you'd have to block here. So this is
Smart move.
for the win or for the initial loss anyway. Number 3, who is going to answer your question for you?
Brad.
Okay.
All right, Brad, I'm going to play a music bed here. It's a special category. All right. On Friday night, our Annie Frey Show team was busy at the Just Tyrus event in Edwardsville, but another show host by the name of Mark Cox was busy at a different event at Riverport. What band was he seeing?
I know. My dad was there.
Oh, wow.
And this music bed is offering hints to you.
All right, so you know, and I don't know, so I'm going to guess Van Halen, and then I'll watch your reaction to know if I was right or wrong. So Van Halen.
Disagree.
I was wrong.
Right?
All right?
No, I'm questioning myself.
Turn up the music bed just a little bit.
Oh, Running with the Devil.
Anna, you are incorrect.
No.
It is indeed Van Halen. That Mark
see, my
Cox
dad's gonna kill me.
was seeing.
Brad kind of did you dirty on the guess of Van Halen.
I mean, it's Mark Cox. Isn't that the default guess? Van
That
Halen.
would have been my default guess.
Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
Well, it was Van Hagar, actually. So either way, it doesn't matter. It's Van Halen.
So across the top, Hayes has a tic-tac-toe 3 in a row, but there's still 4 squares left to acquire.
Yes,
Got it.
there is. So who do we have now? We have Hayes, right?
That's me.
All right, Hayes.
There are 2 of them. Vanna just went.
All right, Hayes, what would you like to pick? Which square?
Well, I'm going to have to go with 8. Lucky, that's my number. 8's my number.
For the jugular.
And it's 218.
Okay.
Universe here.
Yes.
And who's answering the question?
Ooh, good answer. Let's say Hannah.
Hannah.
Strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah. There's a bold strategy, and you have Stumbling the Sound.
Here we go.
Number 8. This is a clip from this week, of course, run through AI. You'll have to tell me who actually said this, Hannah.
And for those brave right-wing Americans who say it's all about keeping America's independent and safe, you want to fight against a country, you need an F-15.
Buddy the Elf.
Right?
Do we hear that again?
Sure.
Sure.
And for those brave right-wing Americans who say it's all about keeping America's independent and safe, you want to fight against a country, you need an F-15.
For those brave right-wing Americans who say it's all about keeping America safe, keeping America's independent and safe, you want to fight against the country in an F-15.
JB.
JB Pritzker, I'm assuming.
No, Joe Biden.
Lion dog face pony.
I thought
shoulder.
Justin Bieber when you said that.
Kind of sounded like him.
Okay, that could be anybody. That answer really is 3. So
Yeah. All right. So Joe
Okay.
Biden. Is it Joe Biden?
I'm going to agree.
You're going to agree.
Truth over facts.
Truth over facts. The truth is,
And for those brave,
that is indeed
Americans
Joe
who say
Biden.
It's all about keeping
What square was that?
Keeping America's independence.
8.
You wanna fight against
Anna's being a real good sport.
Yeah. Hayes is going to be tough to beat with that board right now.
Corey Malone, owner of Air Comfort Service, was in here, and his wife got like 8 out of 9 squares. So you're
Yeah.
doing okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
Okay. Let's
There's
take a
3
break.
left. And Hayes has a T on the board across the top and down the middle. But I feel like Anna is going to come back here in a strong, strong way. So stick around. We will finish X's and O's on the other side of this break. And your vote in the YouTube live chat poll. Have you cast your vote yet? Go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel. And in the live chat section, we have the poll there. In your time of need, who would be most likely to help you with no questions asked from the show? Is it Hannah, Brad, Ryan, or Annie? Your vote and comments, we'll feature those at 2:45. Back in a minute. Don't go away.
I need you right now. Let's get lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss tonight. Play secretary on the boss.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Damn, they don't make them like this anymore.
97.1 FM Talk. Uncensored discussion that's free in more ways than one. This is where St. Louis comes to talk. 97.1 FM Talk. Right here, right now.
Your refinance on your home mortgage is a phone call away with Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage. I want to explain to you the bagel loan a little bit. He calls it the bagel loan because it looks like a 0, which is what he charges in fees. Every other lender out there is going to charge you for these. He does not, which makes it a very, very cost-effective and smart move if you are looking to lower maybe a high interest rate that you have on your mortgage, or if you're looking to purchase a home and you need to secure the lowest rate possible. He will compete and beat your locked-in rate. Also, if you've got some piling up high interest credit card debt, but you got that equity sitting in your home, consider doing a refinance with the bagel loan. Stewie will walk you through the whole thing. He'll explain the whole process. And again, when you use the bagel loan, those fees don't exist. It's not like he rolls them into something, tucks them away, and hides them. They are not there. The fees don't exist. You can call him or you can text him at 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. And let him know you heard about him on the Annie Frey Show. He'll get you up and running in no time in improving your economic situation. You can Google the bagel loan to find out more. And MLS number 226715.
Okay, Jimmy, I want to read you a quote. This is a pitcher, Steve Klein, after a rookie hit a home run off him and then flipped his bat. Steve Klein said, end quote, that's little league.
I got every stitch of that ball.
Hey, everyone, I'm Ron Darling.
And I'm Jimmy Rollins. Check out Unwritten from Odyssey and Major League Baseball. New episodes start May 18th and drop every week throughout the Major League season. Find it on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Is your retirement income at risk if you or your spouse needs nursing home or in-home care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money, Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. The cost of long-term care is one of the biggest risks in retirement planning. For many retirees, a single nursing home stay can cause a significant reduction in assets that can permanently reduce your retirement income. Fortunately, there are affordable and flexible options available today that can help you manage the cost of long-term care. Our team can help you address the risks relevant to your retirement, including long-term care. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Teachers shape the future. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who'll make preventing pandemics their life's work, sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who'll help combat climate change, and generating possibilities for a student who'll be the first in their family to graduate college. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
There's times when I want something more, someone more like me. There's times when this dress rehearsal seems incomplete, but you see the colors in me like no one else. And behind your dark glasses, you're something else.
Hey, welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. It's Friday. That's something to celebrate for sure. Another thing to celebrate is one of my favorite parts of the whole week, X's and O's here on the Annie Frey Show with our guest in studio, Hayes from Y98.
Hey.
And a million other places, of course. And Anna, who is the digital content manager for 97.1, competing on a little X's and O's, our version of Hollywood Squares, hosted by Ryan Wiggins.
Yes, indeed. And right now, Hayes has pretty good control of the board. Anna is playing against Hayes and against math.
Actually, it's today, currently, right? It's X and O's.
Is X, yes. Yes, right
Sorry,
now
Anna.
it is. So we're looking to make this X's and O's.
Yeah.
And it is Anna's turn. Do you have a square in mind?
She's got the top row across and the vertical center right now of O's. Those are Hayes, and she has bottom right.
I mean,
That's
I
right.
guess I'll go 6.
All right. Going to cluster those together, try to get some support for your other X there.
Some company.
All right. And who are you picking?
I'll pick Hannah.
Hannah. All right, Hannah. You guys
Alrighty.
both together stumbled into sound. Number 6 is a clip from this week. It is run through AI. Actually, this one was from last week, but it was such a good quote. I couldn't pass it up. I'm going to play this. You got to tell me Anna or Hannah, and eventually Anna, who said this.
We're not going to let this state descend into some type of woke dumpster fire. We're going to be following common sense.
We're not going to let this state descend into some type of woke dumpster fire. We're going to be following common sense. Who said that, Hannah?
If I had to take a guess, I would say Ron DeSantis.
Ron DeSantis. Anna, who said that?
Um,
Or do you agree or disagree?
I'll agree.
Agree. I think that's probably a pretty good decision.
We're not going to let this state descend into some type of woke dumpster fire.
That's
We're
right.
going to be following common sense.
All right.
Let me just interject here for a second and talk about how much better Hannah is getting at this game.
Oh my gosh.
Because most of her
Thank
answers
you.
before, guys, was like Abraham Lincoln, George Washington.
JB.
Yeah,
You're-
JB.
JB. Hey, come on, that was right.
John Burroughs.
All right. That means there are just 2 squares left.
And
Hayes.
Hannah is off the board.
Okay, no more Hannah. Hayes, which square would you like?
Well, this is a tough one. 7.
7.
Bottom left.
All right, 7. And who would you like to answer that question for?
Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna put my faith in Annie since it's the Annie Frey Show,
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
invited me on the show today.
Happy to do it.
All right, here we go. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has been busing illegal immigrants from the southern border to cities such as Washington, D.C. and New York City. But Wednesday marks the first time he has bused them to this Midwestern city. What city is it?
It's easy.
Well, maybe for you.
Chicago.
Chicago. Now, she just said it was easy, so I don't know if that is going to change the way you answer this question. But
Why are you talking
agree
like
or
that?
disagree? I had a couple of mom waters, and I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay, mom water.
I'm gonna have to agree. It makes sense.
It makes
Yeah, it
sense.
does.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. That is absolutely correct. Chicago. All right. That means that there is one square left. Man, Hayes has 3 tic-tac-toes now. That's got to be a record.
Yeah, it is. I think it is.
That is
That's a record. All right.
But if Anna doesn't get this right, he will have 4.
That is true.
Which would be a really hard record to beat.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot on the line here, Anna.
We need to go back and track like who our winners are, and maybe we'll have some like dominating. We need to get those people.
Yeah.
In,
Like a
yes.
tournament.
Oh, now the pressure's on.
Mhm.
Right. All right. So number 4, and I'm assuming you are going to pick Brad here because you have to.
And
All right.
get to.
Number 4, legacy media update. Brad, in light of well-documented troubles at CNN, a certain left-leaning newspaper is considering cutting 100 jobs, even though it's owned by one of the richest men in the world, Jeff Bezos. What newspaper is it?
It is, let's see here, the New York Times.
The New York Times. All right, New York Times, do you agree or disagree? Anna.
I'll agree.
Agree, and you actually should have disagreed.
Washington Post.
It is the Washington Post.
Oh.
Yeah. Brad, did you know that or not?
Yeah.
You did, and
Yeah.
you're trying to. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Throwing curveballs. I'm sorry.
Look
Wow.
at that. So I got to humble brag a little.
Go for it.
All right, because on Reardon Show, it does the Price is Wrong mark.
Okay.
Had 3 wins on Reardon Show.
Nice.
Out of trifecta. And then I just got beat last one. I think it was 2 wins maybe, and I just got beat. Anyway, so that's good. A little humble brag. Maybe there's good vibes in this spot right here.
So you're gonna. This is the Hayes spot.
This is it. Yeah. When I make an
Immediately
appearance.
to my right.
Yes, on Wednesdays, 4:25. I make an appearance on
That's
the
fantastic.
Reardon Show. So yeah, fun times.
So we have Hayes and Anna in here. I'm going to steal a little bit more of your time. We have a YouTube live chat poll. We haven't really discussed this as much yet in the studio amongst ourselves. I'm going to let you guys jump in here on this YouTube live chat poll as well. For folks who want to go vote and comment on this, you go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel, and in the live chat section, you can vote in this poll. In your time of need, who from the show here would be most likely to help you? No questions asked. Brad, Annie, Ryan, or Hannah. We know each other as coworkers, and you guys probably know because we're in the building at the same time, but we're not doing the same things at the same time.
Right. We've been across when we were over across the street when we were at Emmis for quite some time.
Yes.
So a long time,
yes.
like 6 years.
We've been coworkers for quite some time.
Yes.
Any thoughts? You don't have to pick someone, but if any thoughts or suggestions you have for people who might be,
could pick someone,
or you could pick someone.
You definitely shouldn't just knock people out of the running, though.
Most people are like,
So
well,
Yeah.
well,
You want to find something positive about everybody here, really. Right?
That's what I'm saying. So what was the, can you repeat that for me? Sorry.
in your time of need,
Yes.
who would be most likely to help you? No questions asked. You need help. You need it right now. You have to go to one of us. Who is most likely to say, yes, I can help you? But there's no like, what do I need to do? What do you need from me? Who's showing up and saying, yeah, I'm here for you?
Like just in at work in general, just
Just
anywhere.
anywhere.
Oh,
Any si-
anywhere.
Yeah. You're
Any
having a baby.
situation.
Whatever.
I think I have an answer.
Oh my
you do? I
gosh.
think I have an answer. Yeah.
Who are you picking?
Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Brad confidently nods his head in affirmation, like you
Mhm.
made
Yeah,
the
I
correct
make
choice.
terrible decisions. Let's do it. Who are we burying?
He also has, I look over at him, he has a spotlight on him like he's shining like
he's
heaven.
glowing.
Yeah.
You know who sets the
Maybe
lights
that
in
was
here?
it. Yeah.
Brad. Yeah.
So you're picking Brad. Real quick, Anna, why?
It's just a feeling. I just think he'd be able to help me. Wouldn't ask any questions. He'd just be like, "Yeah, what do you need?"
Yeah, he's accessory to a lot of crimes.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
It's not just
See,
a feeling.
he's
It's more
very
than a
good
feeling.
at passing off as if he's
Uh-huh.
clean,
Nice.
squeaky clean.
I'm a nice guy, and everybody says that. It's like, Brad, you're just the nicest guy. I wouldn't ever.
People always
Part of
walking
the
around the
crime.
hallway whispering.
You
to
sound like Ryan Wiggins right now.
Guy.
I'm the nicest guy, and
What's up
everybody
with that
says
guy?
it.
Yeah.
He's the nicest guy in the world.
I mean, you can only stand next to him for so long before he starts rubbing off on you.
But I do have an answer.
Okay, Hayes.
And
Let's
this
hear.
is going to blow your minds. I'd say Wiggins because he's helped me out before when I needed some Tylenol, and he went out of his way to try to find it when I was trying to find it.
He actually gave you Smarties.
That was it.
Yeah, it was a placebo, Hayes. It was all a
It
test.
was all placebo, yes. But thank you. It worked.
You're picking Ryan Wiggins.
Yeah, I mean, at least in the building, he helped me out one time. It's like, hey, I got you. And we've had some conversations in the office before. So I'd say,
see,
You know when Anna said Brad
Gosh,
was
this
like,
is so embarrassing.
that is exactly
So
the
now
right
this
answer.
is even.
Hayes says Wiggins, and Wiggins like, bad choice.
Hey, by the way, this weekend I need some help moving. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad's a great choice. I agree.
All right, before we take a break, let's go around the room ourselves. Ryan, I'm gonna save you for last. Brad, if you were asking one of the four of us, or you can say
I'm not
yourself.
gonna pick myself.
You're okay.
Okay. Even though you should.
Where are you going?
Man, like a
The whole question.
I feel like Annie, you have too many responsibilities, and you're gonna be like, well, how much of this is you're gonna have questions. So I'm gonna go with Hannah.
It depends on the help too. Like, what kind of help is it?
Wait,
Like,
that's a
there's
question.
questions
Wait a second,
asked.
Brad. You didn't even consider Ryan.
No, because he asked a question without even being prompted to ask a question.
Like, what kind of help you need, Brad? Like, you need help like folding some laundry, or is your leg
Ryan, I
caught
need
in
your
a-
help. What can I do? Too many questions, Ryan. Moving on.
Hannah.
I would say Brad. He's always very, very helpful. We work hand in hand every day. And every time I have asked him to help me do something, he doesn't ask. He just says, all right, I got it.
Which is a wonderful quality. And I'm really excited that the two producers of this show picked each other
Yes.
to help.
Yeah.
Like in all sincerity, that's pretty cool. I no offense.
No, this is fine. I told you before.
He has Hayes' vote. That's good enough.
That's right. I gave him some pills.
He gave me some pills. What do you know? Gave the guy named Hayes some pills.
Hey man, you need any more? You let me know.
Thank you. HR's on their way.
Yeah, no,
They call me the candy man.
Oh yeah, they're off. It's Labor Day. Wait, HR's not even here in the building. I forgot they're in. Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, you need hooked up. Oh, acetaminophen. We got that. But you let me know. They call me the candy man, like Brad said.
Why do you talk like that?
That's the way we talk in that business.
In the business.
Crime?
In the industry.
Yeah. When we're doing crime, you talk like that.
When we're doing crime.
Yeah. When us criminals are doing our crime.
There is no possible way that Ryan is no questions asked. That does not exist.
You're right.
That is my life. If I ask a simple yes or no question, he's like, but have we considered? And then it's definitely
What have we considered?
If it's a no questions asked situation, Pastor Brad, I don't know. I feel like you should be obligated to ask questions.
You feel that way.
This isn't about feelings. This is just about action.
I know, because I know that Hannah would be there to help in a second, and I think she would be a no questions asked. She would sign on no questions asked, but she would have questions, which is
All
totally
along the way.
fine.
So
'cause-
where are we burying this?
Yeah. I don't know. He's about
When you're doing crimes, right?
Are
When-
you
when
sizing
I
me
do
up?
crime.
Are you looking at me and going, that's how tall you are? I'm going to murder you, bury you somewhere.
Earlier in the show, Brad said that if he was stuck in an elevator, he'd rather have Hannah be stuck in there because he could lift her up and not
Easier.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't say and not you.
Yeah.
You kind of did.
Yeah.
I just
Ryan
didn't
called
say
Annie a
you.
squash. Annie called me an elephant.
Yeah.
You know, we all
It is what
play
it is.
fun.
I am going to pick. Who did you pick, Ryan? Brad?
I haven't picked yet.
Oh, you're last. What? I'm gonna pick Hannah because she's the no ask. I think she just signs up and says it. I don't know that she
That's
does
a
it for
good
everybody,
answer.
but I think she would for me.
I think Brad is the obvious answer because I actually have asked him for help with car questions and stuff in the past. And he's very, very willing to help.
Drugs that you give to Hayes.
Yeah. Hey, I got a pretty good stash, but Brad, what do you got in here left over from?
Is it name brand
Other
Tylenol or is it the Walgreens stuff?
It's the cheap stuff. I
had to take 6 of them.
Of course it is. It's also
You know,
expired.
I've asked Wiggins for Tylenol too, and he's always given me it.
Right? They call
He's
me
a
the
pusher.
candy man. First one's always free. All right.
That's how he gets
My answer, though, I feel like Brad is the obvious answer, so I don't want to say Brad because I think Brad's going to win this poll.
That's totally the Ryan Wiggins thing.
Yeah.
So-
The right answer is Brad. So let's cross him off the
I
list.
can't do that. So I would say Hannah, and here is my reasoning for that. I feel like if I yelled, Hannah, now! Like I needed help immediately, she would kick into adrenaline the fastest and just take off running, not knowing where she's going or what she's doing, because she would just be like pure instinct. I'm there. I really believe that. So we're going to test that at some point.
Oh, can't wait for that. I'll be ready.
I'll be next door.
What
I'll
if
be
she
waiting.
goes, what if you yell at her and she goes, no?
Then I'm going to go, Brad.
All right, third on the list. Got it. If you would like to vote on the YouTube live chat poll, in your time of need, who would be the most likely to help you? No questions asked. Brad, Annie, Ryan, or Hannah. Your votes, your comments, and Trisha in studio with us for Annie, Are You Okay? When we come back, don't go away.
It's something else. Don't really love it underneath it all. Do you want to love me underneath it all?
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Really love me underneath it all. Don't really love me.
The Mark Reardon Show. Ross Pomeroy's. There's research that shows that maybe conservatives have greater meaning and purpose in their lives, right?
Yeah, conservatives are happier, higher life satisfaction. It's been replicated over and over again.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
When you are mid-50s and retirement is right around the corner, you have a shift in your mind and you're thinking about working to the place where you're not saving anymore. You're living off that retirement you've saved. I want you to know about Thomas Helbig and the Retirement Advisory Group. And I want you to know that a phone call can get you a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. You can sit down with Thomas Helbig, with Bob Kershaw, the family business there at Retirement Advisory Group, and you can engage in understanding how they can provide you that worry-free retirement. Knowing what's going to happen, knowing what you can predict on, being one of those clients who he's had that have never lost a penny. That's how Thomas Helbig does his business. You can call him and set up this no-cost, no-obligation retirement review at the Retirement Advisory Group at 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494. You also get a copy of his second edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. 314-993-9494. You can find him online right now, retirementkey.com.
The following is a commercial announcement.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
If you own a house in St. Louis and you want to sell it as is without any inspections or need to make any repairs, call Chris Buys Homes St. Louis at 314-782-8000 or at chrisbuyshomesaintlouis.com and get your cash offer without any obligation, commissions, banks, or headaches. Chris buys vacant houses, inherited houses, fixer-uppers, beautiful houses, even the tenant won't pay their rent apartment. Google Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis. That's Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis. And check out the best reviews from satisfied customers. When you sell to Chris, you decide when you want to move, according to your schedule and your terms. Go to chrisbuyshomesinstlouis.com. Google Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis or call 314-782-8000. That's 314-782-8000. And get the offer you have been waiting for. Chris Buys Homes in St. Chris Buys Homes in St. or call 314-782-8000.
180 over 111 and I had a stroke. I couldn't speak or walk.
This is high blood pressure. Get back on your plan. Go to loweryourhbp.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studios. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 53 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance, and installation of heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
Information to keep you moving. Dependable traffic, mornings and afternoons with Sue Thomas. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We are happy that you're here with us on a Friday afternoon. A hair in my mouth. Where'd that come from?
Yum.
Hannah, you're a producer. Can you get that out of there for her?
No questions
No questions
No
asked.
questions asked. You got to do it.
YouTube live chat poll today: in your time of need, who would be most likely to help you? No questions asked. Brad, Anna, Ryan, or Hannah. We're going to get to Annie, are you okay here in a minute? And we got Trisha in here. So let's ask Trisha that question while people go to the YouTube live chat and cast their votes and leave their comments. Trisha, welcome to the studio.
Hi, thank you very much. Happy Friday.
Thank you. You as well. Is this easy for you?
Yeah, it's Hannah.
Hannah?
Yeah. Everybody else here asks a lot of questions. And it's
my job. It's why I'm here.
Well, I guess I won't be asking any questions anytime soon.
You know, it's funny because asking questions is not a bad thing.
No, not at all.
But being somebody who's loyal and who said, yes, I'm here to do it. And I will say this, honestly, everybody in this room would say yes immediately without questions asked.
For sure.
Except for Ryan. So,
Well, yeah, I would say all to you, but not to Trisha.
Hey,
She voted for Hannah.
He's so angry.
I'm not taking that back.
yeah, no, good people here and definitely helpful people here. So we'd love to hear what you think. And you can cast that vote on the YouTube live chat poll. Also, real quick, before we get to Annie, are you okay? You want to talk a little bit about the t-shirts?
Yeah, we have them.
Yeah,
They're awesome. Have you guys been talking about them? Brad's wearing his.
We're working on it.
Woohoo! Woot! Okay, 971talk.com/merch. We've partnered with Whiskey Dickerson. These guys are awesome. They're all about the Second Amendment and whiskey and
Can we get one of
ideas.
the I'm Not America's Sweethearts t-shirts for Ryan?
Yeah. They only come in women's sizes.
I know.
That's
Women's
perfect.
cut.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm sure they will.
Man, I'm going to
No,
fill that
Luke and-
shirt out real nice.
No, Luke and Richie came up with a really cool 97.1 line for us, and they're available.
Perfect. Where? 971talk.com/merch. Or
Or whiskeydickerson.com.
go buy the shirts. Yeah. Can we have a competition with the other shows? and
Please.
try to sell more
Yeah,
on the
Mark
Enterprise show?
Mark Cox started having a competition.
I heard there was some talk being smacked.
Nobody asked him to do that. He took it upon himself. I don't think anybody else was playing, but now that
No, I heard a rumor.
Yeah.
Can you tell us who's winning?
I can't.
Do you know?
No, start competing.
Well,
And
they
then
just started, right? I mean, it's like one day old.
The only person that was playing before was Mark.
Mark takes off down the track and then shoots the gun off in the air for everybody else to
Yep.
start.
I was talking to Abby, Mark Reardon's associate producer, yesterday maybe, and she's like, yeah, Mark Reardon's competing too. I'm like, oh, okay. But Mark Reardon's a lot more like, yeah, my shirt and other people's shirts. Mark Cox is pretty vicious with his competition. So
Do we want, hey, let's make a group decision here. Do we want to compete or do we want to be friendly?
We want to compete.
Really, Brad?
Mister, I'm here to help.
Yeah.
I'm here,
I
Listen.
would have never thought
I'm
Brad
here to
was gonna
help
go that
kick Mark
direction.
Cox's butt.
There's two things that I like: helping and winning.
In no particular order.
He says that as he holds up one fist and two fists. Helping and winning.
Yeah.
One of these is going to do it.
Ryan, should we compete or should we just?
Here's the deal. I will be a free agent.
Oh boy.
And
You're
I will
on my show.
go to whoever wants me the
What?
most. So if I get, like free tickets to Midwest Wing Fest or something, maybe I would support you. And so because that's happening tonight, I'm backing out of what I just said by saying I will support you.
Does that count as plugola, what he just did?
I don't
Is
know.
he going?
No,
in trouble for that?
as long as you tell people that you get something,
Oh,
as long as
okay.
it's not implied.
I will Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I will say that one of the other shows, I won't say whether it was the morning show or the show after this.
Blink twice for Reardon.
One of the hosts came up to me and asked how
Said,
much.
"You're going down."
No, they asked how much it would cost for me to start repping their shirt.
Oh,
on our
I know which
show.
host this was.
That's totally a Mark
Oh,
Cox thing
boy.
to do. Reardon.
Mhm.
No.
Everybody's
And I
fighting
told her,
already now.
and I told her, whatever you ask, it better be a big number so we can all split it.
Yeah.
I was kidding. And that actually happened.
Yes, it did.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, but what did Hannah do?
She promoted Mark Reardon just now.
No, she didn't. She called him out on the air. Did you tell him you'd do it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Did you?
I didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything. You solicited.
I see the difference now. A lot of life decisions just flashing before my eyes
A
here
lot
on
of
Friday.
So Hannah,
Bad life decisions.
you can wear a Reardon shirt. It just has to not fit you very well. So make sure you get the wrong size and it just looks terrible and crooked and not good. And then
Spill
follow it
some
up with your
stuff on it.
All of the
follow it up
shirts
with
are
your
very
Annie
high
Frey shirt.
quality.
Hannah always wears that Reardon shirt,
LizzieDickerson.com.
but it's just covered in ketchup and mustard.
Mark Reardon has like a new show logo, and it's pretty sweet looking.
I do like the
It is.
logo.
I think that all the shirts look pretty great, except for Mark Cox's.
Oh man, I just snorted.
That's fair.
You can buy his shirt. Just buy 2 of mine. Let's get to it.
And now it's time to play Is Annie Okay With This?
STL said the glares Annie just gave her classic. I don't glare.
Heck you, oh yeah, right. Man, you got me to back out of a solicitation within about 10 seconds.
It's because I'm a mom.
Yes, yeah.
It's the mom.
Yeah.
It's the mom stare.
Man, I'm glad I'm not
Careful.
one of your kids, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know where I was going with
That'd
that,
be
too.
weird.
I have
I'm
an idea.
nervous about finishing the sentence because I'm nervous about
It's
another glare.
the glare.
Yep. Oh,
Yep, there
God.
it is.
Ah! I can't look at you.
All right. A study finds 1 in 3 people would break up with someone for eating food in bed. A new survey has found that 38% of people would break up with their partner if they routinely ate in bed.
Would you break up with them in bed?
No, they just can't take it for very long. Having a partner who eats in bed, however, is most offensive to millennials. That is where the majority of this 38% of people came from. They can't have it. Annie, are you okay with eating in bed?
No. God, no. I mean, when I
don't
was
like eating in general.
What if it was like a
the
big
sound of it.
chili dog
I
or
don't
something?
actually want people to eat. Gross. When I was
Annie, you got to get a plate of barbecue.
when I was pregnant, and if you need to eat when you're pregnant, I would get nauseous if I didn't. I would have the mini Cliff Bars, crunchy peanut butter Cliff Bars, and I would get them out of my nightstand, and I would lean out over my off the bed and eat them over there, so I wouldn't drop a morsel in the bed.
That's so sad that you had to get the mini ones. I would say get the big ones and treat yourself, girl.
Do not eat in bed.
Crumbs.
Does anybody else have a problem with that?
Oh yeah, crumbs are the worst.
Yeah, no crumbs in bed.
I totally understand the princess and the pea. Like I could be that person. Like if there is a morsel of sand or something in the bed, I'm feeling it, and
Wait.
it's disturbing me. No,
I can't say I've never eaten.
I know.
In bed.
I eat in bed all the time.
I don't make it a habit, but I can't say
That's
I
where
don't
we have
ever.
dessert.
A
Like,
big
the
old
end of
bowl
the
of
night.
cereal, spill milk in the bed. Gross.
No, this is long documented.
I'm not eating like a steak with A1 or anything.
I eat. I've said this
Chopsticks.
before. I eat pickled herring out of the little fridge in my room, and it's not even supposed to be a
That's
joke. It's protein. It's good.
just because it's protein doesn't mean that it makes it
Yeah,
any
what?
more okay.
I know everybody thinks it's weird. I even think it's a little weird, but I still do it, and it's fantastic.
But here we
Eating
are.
a bowl of ice cream in bed, I don't see anything wrong with that. If you're eating like Cheetos in bed, yeah.
Ice cream is like one thing I could think that could maybe get a pass, mostly because it's not crummy. But if you're
Mhm.
eating ice cream with something that's going to fall off the ice cream, like Oreos or something on top, no,
Not an ice cream.
not
cone.
okay with it.
All right. Since Brad mentioned cereal, Kellogg's is offering $5,000 to eat cereal for dinner. Have you guys talked about this?
No.
It's one of those let's talk about Kellogg's kind of promotions.
Wait a second. why aren't we doing that anyway?
A new promotion from Kellogg's is promising to pay 5 people $5,000 for switching to cereal at dinner time.
Done. Send it. You don't even have to pay me. Just send me cereal.
Okay. Yeah. Are you okay with cereal for dinner?
Yeah. Boom. There.
All of a sudden, for some reason, Andy's getting a whole bunch of envelopes full of cereal in the mail.
Lovely. Individual serving size. Do you want to do one more before we get to the poll results?
Totally up to you.
Let's do one more.
Okay. Did you guys already talk about the Twitter edit button?
No.
Okay.
I don't have it.
They're test driving the edit button. They announced it this week. It'll be rolled out to the general public soon. Are you? The tweets are still going to exist though, so there'll be a.
Facebook has that right now. You can edit your post on Facebook, and you can always see the edit history.
Yep.
This is not difficult.
So you're okay with an edit button?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you go in there and you edit it, and people retweet it, and you go back in and you say the opposite of what you said, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you like this post." The edit history is there. And if people do that and they change it in the middle of, midstream, they're going to get exposed for that.
Yeah,
I just want,
a no-brainer.
when I invert 2 letters, I just want to fix that. Oh. Anyway.
Okay.
Poll results?
All right. I don't know if we're ready for this. I've been watching the
Pretty
poll
sure I'm
results
not.
all day, and they have been it's been tied.
There's still time to vote, folks.
The whole show. I'll read a comment first before I read the actual results. Kathy from YouTube says, poll depends. Mechanical, she wants Brad. Talking a cop out of giving me a ticket, she wants Ryan.
Sweet.
Contact
crime.
Yeah. Anything that's borderline illegal.
Contact for a good attorney, she wants Annie. And deciphering a youthful conversation, she wants me.
Hannah can help.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll say a few more comments before we go. Anti-sober on YouTube says, I would pick any one of you, but I picked Ryan to cause animosity.
Yeah, there we go.
That is exactly what Ryan would do.
That's right.
You guys are the same.
It's like his burner account or
Yeah.
something.
I like how the person's name is anti-sober.
Yeah.
That's my Pierre Delecto.
Brandon from YouTube says, I easily narrowed my poll choices to Annie, Hannah, and Brad. I feel like
Wow.
Easy.
Yeah, easy.
I feel
Now
like
here's the hard
Wiggins would
part.
ask all of the questions no matter what he was helping with. Ultimately went with Annie.
You and me, Brandon.
All right.
That's
Let's go,
great.
Brandon.
All right. Here are the final results. They really have been tied all day.
Easily narrowed it down to Hannah Brandon.
Yeah. Brandon's going, I've never heard anybody say let's go and then my name.
I
before."
know. I came up with that by myself.
Easy. All right. The winner with 34%, Brad.
Yeah.
Brad.
Let's go.
Following Annie with 33%.
Hey, the poll is still open,
Hey.
people. Get in there and vote for Annie. I want to
Wait,
be
how
Brad
many
once.
percentage points separate those two?
1.
Just
1%.
one?
But
Wow.
they've been tied.
Okay.
I don't win any of my polls. These are
No.
my polls.
No, you don't.
Oh man, Ryan and I are tied with 16% each. Come on, people, go vote.
I know at least one of those people voted for me as a joke.
You
So
you have to figure out if you're going to help Hannah or if you're going to help Annie.
Yeah, so people need
I'm
to
going to say
continue
go
to
vote for Hannah. You do the thing.
Annie's like, it's more important that
Ooh,
Ryan
Brad and
finishes
Annie are
last.
tied. It's 34-34 and
Oh,
16-16.
Come on, people. Tony
Man.
Range said, I had to choose Brad because he's my son.
That's
Why?
amazing.
Because I gave birth to him.
Mom?
That is definitely my mom.
And she did choose you.
Okay, now
Yes.
we're currently tied. Brad and Annie 34%, Ryan and I 16% each. Okay,
Let's
come
end the
on,
poll.
people. Come
Yeah.
on.
And
Just
We
Brad,
got 1 minute left of the show.
Brad has a vote from his mom.
Yeah. Does that
Yeah.
My
really
mom's
count?
the best.
Ryan has
Couple of
shady
burner
votes.
accounts.
Some shady 3 a.m. Georgia votes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there.
Look how many cell phones I have.
Oh, Annie takes the lead with 35%.
Oh, she's gonna win her first
End the
poll.
poll. End the poll. End it right now. Make it
Couple
stop.
more minutes. Couple more minutes.
Okay, final results. Annie 35, Brad 33,
Oh.
me 17, Ryan 16.
No!
Folks, get your Annie Frey Show t-shirts, and if you can buy one of the Mark's t-shirts, but for every one of theirs, you have to buy 2 of mine.
Yep.
So just do the math. 971talk.com/merch and the Annie Frey Show podcast on the Odyssey app, AUDACY. Follow 97.1 FM Talk and find the Annie Frey Show there. And if you're streaming there, keep it right where you're at because the Mark Reardon Show coming up next.
This is a great time of the year to upgrade the energy efficiency in your home with my friends at Window World. Mark Cox here to tell you more about my experience with Window World. They replaced a couple of windows at my house. They were just panes of glass. We wanted to be able to get some airflow into the master bathroom. They came out, they gave us a free estimate, and then had the windows at seams installed in no time. Very professional, lifetime warranty I get, and you get an extra